Pa, pa, pa. All right, folks, and welcome in to EU Playday number 6. I am Burrito Supreme, and I am so excited to be joining you today with the one, the only young, one of my community's favorite YouTubers. And we are so excited to have you today. How you doing?
Brita, I'm doing wonderful. I woke up this morning, had no milk for my coffee, but besides that, not so bad. Plus, we get to stream some EU Pro Hubs today. So excited to see how this goes. How are you doing? I know we've had a bit of a change of plans on the caster side, so just to let everyone aware of what's going on, this man is doing it all. So be nice to him today.
Yeah, we did have a little bit of a last-second change here, but I am really looking forward to casting these games with you. So we are going to be starting out today on Fortune Stadium, and let's take a quick look at the teams that we have starting out on today's bracket.
Yeah, I think the story today is like across all groups we have is you got a little bit of everything. So Divine Dead, we'll start the other side. Saints won, Gamblers, they're in that kind of upper side of the bracket. Gangala obviously all the way up at the top, and then Divine Dead sitting in 10th. I know I went a little over the place, but the long story is there's a little bit of everything in each of these lobbies. So is there any teams that you want to look out for today? I know Gangala is sitting in second, not too far from first, just a couple matches and they'll get up there. But would love to know your take as you've seen more of these EU matches than me as a newcomer coming in.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how the matchup between Saints 1 and Gangala is going to go. Saints 1 was up in first place coming out of Split 1. And so now they're going to be in a position where they're kind of fighting back for their first place spot. But Gangala is going to be standing right in their way. So I think these two are going to be battling it out for the first place spot today. Obviously, just depending on how Amer's Reds games go. So I'm really excited to see these groups really get into it. And yeah, I think there's a lot of work to do on Divine Dead's part. Like, they are, I thought, one of the stronger teams coming into this. But if we look at the points, I don't think it's really telling all the story. So I really do want to see them kind of flex in and do as well as I know they can.
Absolutely. And, I'm ready to blunder a few team names. Be kind to me in the chat or yell, whatever you want to do. But, again, the magic of the finals, anything can happen. Those steals come in. So you get the DMAT plays coming out. If it was a defib play, that'd go crazy. But yeah, again, I'm here to learn and to entertain. But again, looking at the standings, if Gangala has a good day, so does Amer's Red. Saints 1 is going to be competing right there with them. A lot to unpack here. So we're going to see if who's going to come out on top today. Any predictions? Any predictions from your side before we go into it?
Honestly, as someone who's been working behind the scenes, I have made and had 1,000 brackets broken. I don't know anything. I know nothing. I have learned that these teams are going to surprise you. They're going to really, they're going to do stuff that is going to confound logic, and there's no guessing at how this day is going to go. So I'm excited to get into it.
Well, I think I'm ready right there with you.
Well, awesome. Well, we are loading into our first map now. We are starting out here on Fortune Stadium, and we have all our teams loaded in. We're ready to party.
Fantastic. You know what? This is Divine Dead's day. Have I seen them play? No. But I got faith in them. There's no worries. Have a little bit of faith. But looking at the lineups here again, no big shockers. We had the roster swap come in. Any big roster changes that you kind of surprised you on any of these teams, or was it pretty cut and dry most of the time.
I was kind of surprised by a couple of these changes. Devil's Work, or actually Divine Dead, made a couple changes, and I'm interested to see how they're going to play out. We've only seen them with their new sub one day. That's Harbinger, HARDXDN. I don't know these guys with their names. I don't understand why they can't just pick one, but
They're gamers.
they're gamers. They love to switch it up. You know, something about variety and spices.
Yeah, but immediately Saints 1 will drop one on Divine Dead. The boys got to pick it up. They're on top of you. Look up, buddies. Mikey is... Oh, I mean, Mickey almost gets taken out.
He's able to get Mickey, but he's all on his own over here. And Saints 1 is going to take this first fight.
You know, again, very close. These first fights don't matter all that much. Again, it's... While the rules are a little different, you know, we're not losing money on deaths or on wipes. These first boxes are not usually going to make or break things. So we got to see how it pans out.
Yeah. And it does look like Gamblers is going to go ahead and get this first plug in, and they are just going to go ahead and run away from Burn Nuggets. Oh, sorry, that's not Burn Nuggets. Gala.
Yep, DW taking down Lasky there. Again, this A site, pretty similar to Soul. It's hard to push sometimes. We have Honey Pack coming in. We'll take down another member of the Gamblers here. A little bit of a drawn-out fight. A little bit of a reset here. The steps being hotly contested by both teams. And, well, we'll have to see what happens here.
Yeah, I'm really surprised at how long they've been dragging this out already. Like, this has been a fight since the cash box, and it's still going on. Like, they got the cash box, they got the plug. It's a third of the way done. Ooh, and Gamblers finally come out on top.
Yep, again, close fights all around. It looks like we had a wipe on the other side of the map. That is Divine Dead going down once again to what looks like Saints 1. So, again, a bit of a lull here. We have a little bit of time to breathe. Again, I don't think too many shocks so far as to what we've seen. Saints 1 and Gamblers doing pretty well. Gangala on the back foot this time. We're going to have to see if they can make a quick push. Looks like they're going to start running over towards B. Gateway plays coming out. Always interesting since Season 2. The Gateway just... It finally kind of found its place. I feel like when it was early on and just, you know, released, no one really kind of figured out how to use it. But now it's like, if you're not running Gateway, you're trolling. But here they come.
Yeah, I was really surprised. That used to be a gadget that you didn't see quite as much of, but now it's one of those things that, yeah, it's invaluable, and that's what allowed them to get up on top and start to get these good picks off on Saints 1, and they were able to get the wipe. But
Honey
it
Pack.
does look like, unfortunately, that Divine Dead's going to be right there waiting the third party on.
Yeah, Divine Dead just kind of sitting and waiting. Wasn't sure if they just watched this fight unfold, but again, that's the magic of the finals. And just in time, not a lot of time left on B. Gamblers, they've got that locked down, no problem here. But can Gungala do one last push here, take it back from Divine Dead? We have Honey Pack Team getting Rez right back up. Here comes the steal. We have Lasky holding it down. Look out behind you. Here they come. And it looks like, unfortunately, just the one, you know, flank from the back. That's all it took from Divine Dead. I never doubted them. I just want to say I locked in early. I knew we had a little bit of faith coming.
Oh, man, and Gungala ultimately wins that fight, but for what?
I mean, they get that little extra shmoney, I guess.
I guess so. And, you know, ultimately every kill does account for a point. So, you know, going for kills, trying to just get these little ego chows isn't the worst idea. I wouldn't necessarily say it's the best play, but, you know, it can definitely change things for you. But, oh, no, Koreki runs right into Gungala as they're coming to push this cash box as well. We got the whole lobby in this one spot.
The whole squad is out to play today. I'm just gonna let this kind of unfold here. It's, again, there's not even a box here, boys. Shouldn't even have the box. Go, please, go get it.
Saints one, it looks like
no,
Mickey's
again,
running off on his own.
Yeah, well, you know, we have, I think this is what, Divine Dead. They've got a cash box 4. Now Gungala getting the cash box 3. We'll have to see what happens. Gamblers, do they want to hold C? Do they want to try and force the box there? It looks like actually Gamblers and Saints 1 potentially meet up alongside Divine Dead. Everything's going crazy in this lobby. Just got to see what's going to happen.
All right, we'll cut on over to the Gamblers as they go ahead and push in on D. Waiting to kind of see exactly how they want to approach this. Maybe just sitting around kind of waiting for the third party, which is something I've noticed quite a bit in EU gameplay, is that folks will just kind of wait for the third party, and then try to be that third party.
Ooh, Saints 1 and Gingala going at it.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut on over to them. Let's take a look at this gunfight. Looks like Lasky's hurt quite a bit, but both teams are all the way up. And it looks like they have gotten C started, and this is Saints 1 to try and take, as Gangala really has the defense on this.
Yeah, again, these are pretty sometimes tough points to take. Do you want to go through the side? Do you want to go to the middle? Looks like Saints 1 just going to force the retake here. Other side of the map, Divine Dead taking down members of Gamblers. We'll come back to that in a bit. But this fight here, it looks like we have one member of Saints 1 going down. The trade's coming out. 2 down now for Gangala. The res is coming out from Honey Pack. Someone now getting the down onto Honey Pack. Everything's going down. We're down to what I believe is a 1v1.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. But the steal didn't come out. Someone just stalling here. Lasky has coined up, so he will be back in the fight here in a bit. The res comes out. Just a lot of back and forth here. Burrito.
Really surprised. Yeah, they were actually able to kind of put this together, and ultimately, I can't believe they gave them enough time to get those reses off, because now I think they're going to have a free steal on this, because it's a 3v1 right now, maybe a 3v2.
Yeah, health bars are low. Saints 1 has, they've got the position, and now it's down to a 3v1. Can Lask do anything here?
Oh,
he cannot again. Not the easiest thing in the world. I as someone who has peaked in, I'm not going to say which rank, but now we have the other team coming in. Gamblers making their way up. We do have the steal from Saints 1, but does it matter? It doesn't look like it. That is just some unfortunate timing. Someone's going to try and solve for a bit, but it's not enough. That is just unfortunate. You go through, get the steal, and then here comes the other team. So again, that's the nature of the game sometimes, and you got to play it. But looking at the money, we got again a little bit of downtime here. Gamblers with this new amount, just short of Divine Dead. Divine Dead coming out doing well.
Yeah.
You were not kidding when you said they were cooking coming into this league.
Yeah, they're doing well today, and I'm really excited to see them gelling. I think their new stack is actually doing them a lot of favors, and I think they're really gelling really nicely together, because this is probably one of the more dominant performances that we've seen out of Divine Dead, and I think if they can just go over, get this plug, and hopefully do a little defense, I think they'll be in great shape, but it does look like Gamblers is going to be watching out and trying to block their entrance over to B.
Ooh, as you say, the Gangala getting taken out here, but here comes the drop from the Gamblers. They want a little bit of a piece of action right here. 2 for 2. Make that a full wipe onto Divine Dead. Well, that was quicker than I could even think.
Right? Yeah. And
well, go ahead.
Oh, something I didn't even notice is Lasky is running the minigun. Or, sorry, Folan is running the minigun. So I definitely want to see a little bit more. Yeah, we got him running the minigun over here, which is something that we've seen a lot in the NA side, but I don't think I've seen anyone on the EU side running the minigun yet.
Yeah, as someone who, big shocker, is from NA, like, what are some of the things that we're used to seeing on the EU side? If there's someone just tuning in, like, what could you expect from a team comp? What could you expect of things you should just look out for? Because to your point, NA, the minigun is very quickly rising in popularity, and it's becoming kind of that meta pick alongside the Shack. Is there any other big surprises that you've kind of seen or things you want to call out?
I think one of the things you're going to notice is that these games are going to be a lot quieter, a lot more like sneaking around, waiting for the perfect moment to get in. As we can see over here, we have Divine Dead. They're all crouching, they're all walking, they're all trying not to give any audio cues. These guys are going to go for the steal, but they're all like working in a way where everyone's trying to kind of sneak around and get that first pick and then ape the other teams. Whereas on the NA side, like, they are going straight at each other's throats. They don't really care as much about the sneak, about the let's get.
Oh,
that
you mean
one
just like
pick.
this?
Yeah, exactly. You know,
I didn't misheard you.
They're going to dive
that's
in
crazy.
and go right after it. But a lot of times these teams are going to be really slow to kind of engage. And
Oh,
some of these fights
the
are going to
gas.
take a long time to develop.
Oh boy, yeah. As you're saying that, Gamblers the gamble didn't pay off. I'm being honest. That was a great pun. Good job, Young. But yeah, something that we're seeing a lot, especially in this match, is the third parties go a little crazy. Okay, here comes the steal, though. We see that Gangala, the goo blocking off a member of Divine Death. They can't get in. The steal comes out, and the gateway is out. Gangala getting away with murder on that one. with 3 teams here. How did I'm a little bit in shock that nobody stopped them, but now we just have this entire bloodbath happening. Look at the scores!
And from
Oh my
behind,
gosh!
Saints won. Like, we weren't even paying attention to them the whole game. We were watching other teams, and somehow Saints 1 just comes in, sneaks in, and gets the win.
None of this. I didn't have any of this on my bingo card.
Yeah, me neither, actually.
All right, Saints won. UDU. They also did get. I gotta say, did they get a free cash out at the end? Maybe, but that's also just the nature of the game. Sometimes that happens. I'm just so shocked that that steal came out from Gangala. Again, you have all those teams there. I get that they are stacked up. I get that the goo is there, which also played a role into it. But yeah, no one could, I guess, make the way in there. We've got DMATs. We can make our way in, but maybe either on cooldown, maybe the cooldowns for everything was there. Who knows? But either way, Saints 1 played well. The kills to boot as well. Someone with 10 million and Mickey both with 5. That's another 20 points right there for him. It's looking good.
Yeah, it's looking good, and I'm really surprised, actually. I mean, 20 kills on that team, it felt like we weren't even watching them that closely. And now that we take a look at it, like, they were all over the place, and we just were not paying attention. So, you know, good to know.
That's a caster diff.
Yeah.
L casters. Oh, terrible.
Exactly. We almost stood a chance.
It was so close.
So with that, Saints 1 are going to be able to pick the next map. And we're going to see just exactly where they land, and we can get this next map going. What did you think as your first game, you know, casting here over on Pro Hubs? You know, I guess...
You know... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go for it,
I'm totally cutting you off. I was going to say, I think it's just getting a feel of how everyone plays. First match, now I have a full expectation of every match to be a very third-party heavy, if that happens, but that is the finals. I do see a lot of, you know, these teams waiting to just kind of, again, third party, they're playing time, they're playing slow, and we're seeing a lot of these last second steals coming in to just happen. I think there's, again, Gangala, I'll use that example, perfect example right there of, you know what, let's just send it, let's get the steal, let's put ourselves a little higher up, but also these players also didn't look at the leaderboard enough and think, oh, shoot, we're right behind Saints 1. You can do the kill race. You can try and get a little bit of extra points that way. But because, you know, until Embark adds in the rules for teams wiping, maybe the mentality is a little different than, who knows, when you're playing in ranked. So
yeah.
We'll have to wait and see how that plays out.
No, totally understandable. And it looks like we are going to be going to Skyway, just waiting on a quick confirmation on whether we are going to, whether we're going to under construction or sorry, high rise or standard issue. Yeah, we're going standard issue Skyway.
Embark, give me a soul variant where you play in the skyscraper.
Please.
That's all I want. Just one where you got a big sky. You can play in the skyscraper. You know, you got the one where it's being built, and then you play in it. That's all we want.
Right,
Add
exactly.
a little evolution in there. You guys coined this as a marketing person. I don't know how I feel about evolution, but I'll put that aside.
I do miss that a little bit, actually, from some of the Battlefield days. Being able to like see the levels change and have crazy different have crazy different variants on individual levels or things that can change kind of midway through. I'd love to see normal Vegas start out and then bam, it's a sandstorm.
Yeah, super cool. But I almost said burrito. That's you. The Battlefield Glaze aside, map number 2. Bria, walk us through what we might be seeing on this.
Yeah, and I think some of the teams, especially since we're not going high-rise, I think we might see teams playing a little bit closer than they were last map. Fortune's a really good map to get those beams on, but I think this is going to be a map where they're going to be able to try and do quite a bit more of these long-range engagements, and like maybe try and push up on one another a little bit more, but I imagine the fights being a little more close quarters than last map. Yeah,
for sure. Again, a lot of these, I always say the first few, we'll say really just the first box doesn't matter nearly as much. But let's see what happens here. Gamblers and Saints 1, a quick fight coming out, 1-for-1 so far, 2-for-1 in the favor of Saints 1. This is coming down the wire. The defib comes out. It is Mickey versus DW. DW takes him down. Not enough for Emilian with the Lewis gun. Love to see it, actually.
Great work, Emilian.
Lewis gun represent. Yeah. other side of the field, we have more action going down. We have Divine Dead versus Gangala, 1-for-1 once again. Lasky taking one down with that XP. Again, fighting before the box. You love to see it, but defense coming out. The push not happening. Lasky will get taken down real quick by Hard, and again, we're seeing just this back and forth fight that's taking a lot of time. I got a front. There's a lot of time being wasted here with both of these.
Yeah, the kites today, I'm really surprised about just like how much these teams are dilly-dallying around the box.
Well, we say that Gangala goes down finally, but the other box is already in. This tempo is going to be a little bit skewed.
And we're going to go ahead and cut over to B and see how Gamblers are going to try and approach this against Saints 1.
Yep, a quick pick on the side of Gamblers. That Serb, everyone's favorite gun. Here we go.
Someone doing absolute work and is able to beat the 1v1 against the minigun at close range, which is, it really takes a lot to do that.
Yeah, he is a gunner, let me tell you. But say that Gangala back in here, a little bit split here, but that doesn't matter. SA-12 in the hand for, well, I'm not even going to try that name because I don't know him by heart.
Jurgen.
Jurgen, thank you. Jurgen a bit split from his team here. Emilian also taking out Honey Pack Demon, looking grim on the side of Gangala. I say that, the C4 play goes crazy. Get him, boys. Just shoot him.
Oh, man, and they are able to ultimately come out top in that fight and just really... Saints 1 hadn't even healed from the last fight, and already Devil's Work is back in at it and pushing in on taking A.
Yeah, it just... Whew, the third parties right now are going a little crazy. But over here on the hospital side, we have Divine Dead versus Gamblers. Again, hospital, pretty tough part to take. It looks like Divine Dead's got a pretty good setup in that stairwell, but they have been spotted out. DMAT coming out. Love to see how this fight happens.
Oh, and Divine Dead just keeps barely dodging them. Like, they keep dropping. Divine Dead is already down another level. And this is the kind of sneaky plays that you're going to see a lot of, where they're going to wait till the last possible second to try and go get the steal.
Yeah.
And Divine Dead's absolutely going to drop on them. Sorry.
Yeah, other side of the map as well. A lot of fights coming up between the two, but we're going to focus on this. I'm waiting for that DMAT. There it is, into the fire. Serve in the hand from Kireki. You need to start shooting there, son.
Oh, and they are able to get all of them down. They are going to be able to get the steal, but Saints 1 is maybe pushing in on them? Nah, they're not going to have time.
A quick wipe. Again, Serb not doing as much work there, but again, great play there by Gamblers. The gamble paid off hard. But yeah, fantastic steal there. Quick wipe. That's kind of the best you'd ask for.
Yeah, we do see Saints 1 getting set up on this. They are super close to D, so I think they're going to be able to get both this tap and this plug very quickly and continue to kind of control the pacing of the match. Both these cash boxes have been a little bit staggered, and I think if they're able to get a quick plug here, I'm not sure that Alone in Paris and team are going to be able to do quite as much to get that plugged in over at C.
Yeah, again, this is... A lot of these sites are very interesting pushes, but we'll come back to our site defense in a bit. Right now, we have Divine Dead versus Gangala. Once again, I feel like I've said this 5 million times at this point. Divine Dead getting the box, but watch your roofs, boys. Gangala on the hunt. They see that gateway. They're jumping in. The fight ensuing. Honey Pack Demon landing some shots there with the F card. Not going to get anything done until now. It's a 1-for-1 so far.
When they are able to get that defib, landing some really good shots on Alone in Paris over there. I think he might be by himself, and that's going to do it for Divine Dead.
That is speedy, very efficient from our boys on Gangala.
Yeah,
it is. My prediction, not going great right now. But I got faith in Divine Dead, but I say that Gambler's waiting on the roof. That box is in the open. Can someone get it? It's a race for the box. Ooh, and it does go to Gamblers. That extra couple grand in their pockets. Gamblers with a great setup there. Again, just wait it out. Hold the box. Wait for him to come to you.
Exactly, and looking at the kill spread right now, like gamblers are all hitting shots pretty evenly, like very even combat scores, very even eliminations, very even assists. Like they're operating very much as a unit. And we're not seeing as much of that out of Divine Dead, whereas last game they were looking really tight, really solid, and they seem to be struggling a little bit this map.
Yeah, I think, well, like we've seen last match, anything's possible. The thing we haven't seen is someone getting a free box. I think that's the biggest difference this time. Will that change? Who knows? But we have 3 teams converging on C. It is Divine Dead on the push from the bounce. We have Gamblers holding it down underneath, and Gangala on the roof. Rita, what's going to happen?
Oh, I know they're just going to wait this out until the last possible second. They're going to wait for that fight to start or for someone to start stealing. And then, yeah, here they go. They're going to push in. And while Gangala is so focused on the gamblers, Divine Dead's just going to sneak up on them, get these picks, and try and do what they can to try and steal this box. And Honeypack goes down quickly. And it does look like gamblers are so far away and that Jurgen's holding them off that they might be able to try and get the steal.
Yeah, it's a great chase down by Alone in Paris. I think at this point, with how everybody plays, you've got to be ready for the DMAT. You got to be. Ooh, I was going to say the goo kind of messed him up.
Oh,
there,
no!
And, well, there goes the box.
He blocked his own team from getting the steal with that go grenade, which is really
There's
unfortunate.
a lot going on. I'm not going to front with you here, but every team who's going to get the box, put your predictions in the chat right now. It still belongs to gamblers, mind you. Saints 1 and Divine Dead really doing the hard work for gamblers. They're protecting the box from each other.
Oh, and Emilian is not going to get away with that.
Not the box.
Yeah.
I hate to see it, but I mean, what can you do? They're sitting right above it.
Yeah, and ultimately, Saints 1 and Gamblers are sitting in good shape, so they're really fighting it out for first and second. Only about $7,000 separating them right now, but now everybody knows that if you want to try and take first place, it's probably best to bounce towards B.
Yeah, and it looks like everyone's starting to get a word of that. The Lockbolt comes out. Big Bolty will hold him down, put him on the dog leash. Well, 1 minute left in regulation time. Again, I think just gamblers mowing down the rest of Divine Dead there. Looking at the money, I think we've got to get a double for anyone, well, aka Divine Dead, to have a chance here. Otherwise, this is anyone's game still. There's still a lot to play for in the last roughly minute and a half we got left.
Yeah, and the box has pop, but nobody's touching it. So I think they want to try and avoid the double.
Gamblers knows they need to go now if they want a chance to win this map.
And let's cut over into Honeypack as they are defending against Saints 1 right now, and it does look like a winch has just moved the cash box right as Saints 1 was trying to go do a steal, so we know these teams are definitely engaged right now.
Yeah, I'm not worried for gamblers here because again they spent so long fighting. I think it was Divine Dead in the hospital section that it just takes them a while to get over here. But again, a minute left is a long time in the finals. Anything can happen. Here comes Gamblers. Gangala taking out 2 members of Saints 1 member of Gangala going down. All of Divine Dead still up. Again, this is Divine Dead can't get first on this, but they can play for second. They can play a little bit of spoiler here.
Yeah, and really with the position that they're at right now, every point matters. So they really do need to try and get as much money as they can in this fight. And ultimately, going for kills is not going to do it for you.
Yeah, a great mesh shield on the side of Gamblers there to keep them alive for a bit. This box taking away. Gangala still in ownership of it. Divine Dead going for the steal. Not going to happen. Everyone is, the war horn of the steal going off. Divine Dead not going to do it. Gamblers not going to do it. It belongs to Gangala for map number 2.
Amazing work, Gangala. They were, they came in really hot this round and really ran this lobby for most of the time. They had a couple wipes, had a couple opportunities where it looked like they were struggling, but they had a lot of really good kites, a lot of really good map manipulation, and we're just doing a really good job delaying. Yeah,
fantastic stuff. No notes. By notes, none of them. Again, Gangala, great stuff. The thing that we saw this time, I think, were other teams protecting the box from other ones, unintentionally, but I think we saw it on both sides of the map, right there with too many teams fighting, and the team in charge just, all right, boys, go at it. And same thing on the other side, where we had, I believe, was it also a Gangala box or gosh, I can't remember, a Gambler's box, somebody's over there, where too many teams, 3 teams, that means one of them will get away scot-free.
Exactly. And yeah, I was surprised. We saw less free cash boxes, but we also saw some quick wipes where teams just said, nah, never mind, go for the third party. And I was really surprised by that, because I've seen, it's kind of weird to see a team just like peel off all of a sudden. Like they're like waiting for the third party, and then they're like, nah, we're going to go somewhere else. And it's really wild to see teams what like looks to be a fight brewing, and then they just say, nah.
Yeah, I think it depends on like a couple of factors. I mean, I'm not in there running around in the arena like they are, but I think it depends on like, okay, is this going to be a kill race? Do we need the plug? Like, what's actually going to be our win condition here? And I think, again, we saw that hospital fight between, I believe it was Gamblers and Divine Dead, and like I was trying to allude to is like, there's only so much time that you have in these matches that you need to focus on your win condition. So again, if it's playing for kills, if it's playing for the box, and I think once once customs have more of a ranked feature set, I guess, of like, okay, you can lose money, it plays out that way. On team wipes, it'll play a little different. But until then, maybe in the player sets, it's like we can absolutely take this as far as we can because there's no penalty for wiping. But until then, I think the condition still remains the same. Play to your strengths, play to how are we going to win this game, everything. But enough yapping from me, on to the next map. Burrito, what do we got?
We're going to Sis Horizon, and this is going to be Gungala's pick. So we'll definitely be cutting in on them to start to see, is this really their map?
That is a great question. We'll have to find out, shall we?
And I'd say
again, I have not seen these, but historically, as someone who's watched a lot of EU, is this their favorite map? Is this something they control? What is your thoughts on this, I guess, as a whole?
I guess as I think about it, actually, Gungala has almost always gotten first or second every time they place this. Like, when I think back on really crazy Lasky plays, they're almost always on Sis Horizon. And this team does very well on this map, but I'll be interested to see how it goes, because I think this is probably one of the maps that we've seen played the most throughout the Pro League. The winner of each map picks the next maps, and Sis Horizon, I feel like, comes up every single group.
Yeah, big RPG coming in with the winch. Is it enough? SA-12, you don't see too much right now. The DMAT coming out. We got Gamblers versus Gangala, and a quick wipe onto the Gamblers.
Yeah, Jurgen doing really amazing work with that SA-12.
Yeah, and by SA-12, it still exists. I just mean the minigun is coming into play a lot. So
For real.
let's take out my thoughts if no one sees the SA-12 anymore. But regardless, Gangala, quick wipe onto Gamblers. They will get their side of the box, but not unless Saints 1 gets the absolute God spawn right away.
Which they have.
The box. Oh, that's tough. That is tough.
Saints 1 is going to love that, but that is rough stuff
you
for
get
Gungala.
It's like, what can you do? But again, a big extended fight here. A million will take the. Actually, that's Mickey taking down Jurgen. Ooh, close one. Mickey versus Lasky here. Lasky with the health advantage, and he's alive, so he's a little bit slippery. Let's see what happens here. Ooh.
Mickey clutches up.
Very close fight there. Again, Saints 1 versus Gangala. Gangala losing that one. Didn't get the plug either, which I got a feel for him on that. Other side of the map, Gamblers versus Saints 1. Saints 1 winning their fight. Gamblers being taken down. Again, super early. A lot can happen. These 3 first boxes typically don't make or break the match, but crazier things have happened.
Oh, and it does look like actually Gungala's struggling a little bit this map. Saints 1 going for some good cash out manipulation, and meanwhile these guys are going to push in over on B. Let's go ahead and take a look at that.
Yeah, again, Gangala, they just struggled on that one. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's easier said than done to win these. Winch coming out. This will absolutely signal the rest of Divine Dead that, hey, our set's being taken. So Honey Pack a little bit split there. I don't know if you didn't get the gateway memo. Ooh, a wild bounce there out of Alone in Paris, but it's going to work. He takes down Lask. It's just up to Jurgen now in a 1v2.
Ooh, and Jurgen goes down.
Down to himself.
Yeah.
But I would never do that. Let me look at my stats of the 5 million times I've done that to myself. Other side of the map, Gamblers, a quick little yoink on A side. Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, and they were able to get that steal really
Saints
quickly.
won.
But, oh, yeah, I was really surprised. He was like out there on his own, got that steal, but it looked like the rest of the team was kiting around Saints 1.
Ooh, a million can win this. They're both low.
Oh,
Never mind.
that is a painful wipe for Saints 1, and they're going to be dropping down to 3rd place with Gamblers taking this cash box.
Yeah, Gamblers, well done. I think now this opens up to Gamblers, Gangala and Saints 1 on the back, but Saints 1 will be spawning here in a bit. Divine Dead playing really, really fast. You'd love to see it. They've gotten the boxes. They're on top of these spawns. Do you just get yoinked by Gangala? Maybe. But genuinely, right now on this map, they're playing better than what we've seen the last two. And Honeypack getting pretty low. Ooh, did that DMAT just cook him a bit?
Oh, you hate to see it. That's a lot of damage from a missed DMAT. Like, lad was so close.
Yeah, almost. Saying that $500 can go pretty far. Someone takes out last. Lone Paris takes out someone. Just the hierarchy here as we go. 3 teams fighting for this one box. Things we've seen for 500, Alex. Hard will take down Mickey there. But the box still belongs to Gangala. No teams are wiped. Let's see, where's everyone setting up right now? I think Gangala just chilling. Somehow, a million gets killed to fire somehow. I don't know.
What was happening over there?
Yep. All right, breaking this down a little bit. All of Divine Dead on a blinking HP bars right now. Kireki will take down Lone Paris. This fight is still not over, ladies and gentlemen. Red team has both C and they're here. Kireki trying to get a little extra. Can they? It looks like it's actually going to happen. So red team.
Oh, not quite.
Oh, well. You hate to see it.
That was a pretty bold move, trying to hold 2 cash outs at the same time. I can't believe he almost got away with it, but now they run the risk of having neither of these, because it does look like Saints 1's pushing over to C.
Yep, and Saints 1 notices there's way too many teams. If you want a chance to get at least some money, it's got to be quick. So they're going to make the push over. That fight currently going down. They are going to get the steal, question mark. Waiting for it. It's been 5 years.
Looks like
there
it.
It is. In the meantime, Koreki takes down somebody, but Nuok is fighting for his life in the gas against Gangala. Not getting a lot out of it. On the other side of this fight, we have 2 of Saints 1 going down. There's just a lot of chaos everywhere right now, Breed. I'm be honest.
Yeah, I'm really surprised, but it looks like Gangala's going to be able to hold this. It looks like Divine Dead have decided this is not worth it, and everybody's going to be pushing over to the other side. So this is going to be a free cash box for Gangala while the rest of the teams throw down over here on C.
Yep, Divine Dead are third-party kings. Let's see what they can do here on the C as, oh, hard and careful there. Those things are explode. A lot of fighting happening here at C. The box, boys, you got to start fighting for it. It's getting close.
Yeah, and while we were watching that other fight, it does look like Saints 1 stole this box, but Gamblers have since stolen it back. So this cash box has already changed hands 3 times.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants it. I'm be honest, I don't think anybody wants this box.
This is going to be a hard steal for any team right now.
It belongs to going back to Gamblers. I don't think there's enough time for anybody. Gamblers doing, to their credit, a great job of holding this down. Gosh, Hard just can't get anything done right now. There's too many bodies. And unfortunately, the wipe came out, or not the wipe, but the fight win here, just too late. There's too many people.
And ultimately, Harbinger able to get that wipe on DW, but again, just a little bit too late to try and make that count for anything. And I don't really know if their kills are going to do enough for them right now, because they are sitting at 20, which is well ahead of the lobby, but they are sitting in a pretty solid 3rd place, so they are going to need to push hard to try and push B.
Yeah, the thing that we've kind of seen too, not every time, but a lot of this is like the team who gets the box in first seems to hold these more times than not. So
Generally,
can Bengala hold on to this once again? Nobody wants 6 at all. It's dead to them. No one wants the other but cash out. Maybe gamblers. We'll see. They want that extra the touch. They want to go get a little extra shmoney. But looking at the points here, Saints won on the back foot, $8,000 in their pockets. Oh, there it goes. Space program. It's out of here. Wow. All right.
Yeah, I'm really surprised by that pull. They're really trying to like get it into a better position for themselves, but this whole area kind of sucks. No. Everyone can see you from every angle. Like they're gonna demat through that wall, and exactly what just happened is gonna happen. It's like even though you moved it a little bit, you're still super out in the open.
Yeah. Oh, the gas. That's cooked. They're cooked. Gangala, they're licking their lips right now. They're just hanging out. Honestly, I don't think they have too much to worry about here. Again, every team fighting each other because, well, what can you do? You're this close. Alone in Paris going for the stick. Can he do it? The dome is still up. No.
Oh, it gets winched in the last second. I really thought he had that for a moment, but ultimately Gangala gets wiped. So this is theirs to lose, but I have a feeling there's going to be enough nonsense happening. Oh.
Hold on a minute. Saints won. No one's there to stop him. They're going to take this. Not going to guarantee him first place, but is that a second place?
That bumps him right into second place.
Oh, you hate to see it if you're on the Gangala or Divine Dead. I don't remember who was there, but man.
That is a gamble that paid off.
That is a gamble that paid off. Can you believe that?
Oh,
great stuff there from DW Fallen and Koreki. Again, gamblers, they gambled up.
Yeah, 16 kills is pretty solid. You know, they're gonna get 100 points from the win, and then another 16 points. So they're adding 116 points to their score line. And we are going to be loading into our last map here shortly, which is going to be Vegas. So, you know.
Love me some Vegas. But yeah, to chip in on your notes here as well, like, yeah, the kills coming out, especially from Divine Dead. They got hard Newark Alone in Paris. What is that? 13, 24 kills?
24 kills.
To their name, 24 extra points. Gosh dang. All right.
Well, that is going to help a little bit. The pain of coming in last is that they are going to have a slightly better shot, you know, kind of keeping the points tighter and hopefully trying to claw their way up from their current position.
Yeah, and just looking at, don't mind me, I'm not looking away from the screen, I promise. the standings right now, because of Gangala and Amers Red not in the same lobby, that pushes them up currently into first and second, that being Gangala and Saints 1. So that second place for Saints 1 especially being super important because, oh, there we go. Thank you, Burrito. The man does it all, ladies and gentlemen. He's casting, he's streaming, he's observing. Loving the chat for your boy. Not me, for Burrito. But yeah, standings here. Amers Red and Amers Blue, we'll see them in a bit. But Saints 1 and Gangala, these lobbies are to play for. And we're already a couple maps down. See, they're not that far ahead of Amers Red either. So these are some very, very tight-knit lobbies, gotta say, in these matches. Every little bit counts, like you were saying.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm really interested to see how this shakes out come the end of the day because these two teams have been neck and neck this whole time, which is really interesting too because actually Gangala was one of our qualifier teams. So they actually kind of came in on their own accord and are running it up against Saints 1, who is, not going to lie, like one of the architect teams of this league. And you know, it's interesting to see an invite team getting pushed around a little bit by one of our invites.
You know, such is life, circle of life. I watched The Lion King on a flight like 2 months ago, so I get it. Looking at these rosters, obviously no changes. This bit is bad. Young, time to skip it. We got another map, Maria.
We sure do. And yeah, we're loading into Vegas here, which I am going to say is almost always the gambler's pick and is very on brand for them.
I was about to say, they probably live in one of these hotels. I think, I'm not sure which one, but I would love to stay in that Alpha Acto hotel, let me tell you.
Absolutely. I want to go to that Osboos bar where it's all lit, like on the floor and the ceilings. Like, that's a very futuristic Vegas bar I want to go to.
Yeah, again, just in general, the map rework on Vegas, I'm a big fan, but Divine Dead are big fans of this cash box. Gamblers running over to A, but do they know Divine Dead will be waiting for them?
And I have a feeling that they don't. They're pushing in with a lot of confidence. They're just rolling in. Oh,
wait a minute. Hold on a minute. What a toss. Where'd that come from?
Oh, no. Are we trying to double this, or?
Oh, man. Casters, pay attention to the other box, please. Okay,
I know, jeez.
Happening between Divine Dead and Gamblers. Actually, everyone's fighting. Forget that. It looks like we'll have Koreki taking on Hard.
Oh,
no
my
Paris taking on Diablo Knock, taking on Mickey. Oh, my gosh. Boys, Rap God, I can't keep up. Basically, long story short, everyone's fighting everybody. Saints 1 come out on top.
Yeah.
And Gangala gets the box.
It does look like Divine Dead's the only team to get wiped there. Saints 1 is going to worry about kind of getting their team up, doing a bit of a reset, and they're going to push right back in on Gangala because they know they're still getting reset from that last fight as well.
Yeah, a little bit of time to breathe, but not much. We have a million making a little bit of a peek here. We'll get glitched, so no more guidance for him for a little bit. Saints 1, we saw them yoink the box at the last second last match. Can they do it again this time around versus Gangala? Lasky takes on someone to open up the fight. Burrito, we got a bit of scrap on our hands.
Yeah, I'm really surprised, and Emilian is doing a great job kind of holding down the fort, but ultimately Jurgen and the SA-12 at this close range, they are going to go ahead and hunt them down. It looks like someone's trying to sneak away with just 1 health, but I think this is going to give them time to steal, but unfortunately Divine Dead is here.
Divine Dead, again, the third-party kings. Look out for the mines there, boys. Don't touch those.
Oh.
Well, you hate to see it. Oh, big winch comes out. Very go. Oh. What's happening? Okay. Divine Dead will try and get the steal here. Can they do it? The goo blocking them off pretty well. And they will. The yoink of the century. Well, not quite, but you do it for the vine. Someone, can he take this back? The rest of Saints 1 en route to try and help him out here. Ooh, Alarm Bear's down to 12 HP. You gotta go, buddy. Oh, here comes the steal once again.
Oh, but it looks like they are able to hold him off, and they are going to get this one. Divine Dead takes this cash bout from Saints 1, and I'm pretty surprised by this, actually. That was a really clean take and a really clean defend.
Yeah, we did have a little bit of shenanigans from the environment there, but that is what the finals do sometimes. Other side of the map, Gamblers with a box of their own. 8 grand in their pockets if they get this. They are just leaving. They expect this not to get taken. They're heading right over to 3.
Yeah, and it does look like they are going to run into Gangala over there. And Gamblers are just going to take this cash box. No one's even trying to push in for it. Everyone's given up, and they're already over here tapping box 3. Now that is tempo.
Yeah, these guys are staying ahead of the game here. Gateway, let's see if anyone follows it in. Here comes the glitch. Just kidding. No gateway for you. Other side of the map, we've got Divine Dead and Saints 1 duking it out. Someone going down to hard with that XP, light v light battle. Same thing over here. We got Gamblers and Gangala going at it once again. I think we've seen this 5 million times today.
I know, these two teams have to have a blood feud at this point of just like, it's on site for these guys.
Yeah, and I was reading someone's message in chat, which is actually super topical. No stun gun yet, so that's coming up in 6.6, I believe.
That is the rumor.
These fights, yeah. I think that's what. I don't know. So either Oscar said it or something. I don't remember. But another free box here comes for Gamblers. A little yoinkaroo once again. But the lack of stun gun, chef's kiss, beautiful. But we'll have to see what the rework comes out to be.
Yeah, that was something that we did see in the qualifiers, but once the league started, it was out. So it really changed up a lot of these lights gameplay and a lot of the delays and a lot of the ways that they try and defend cash outs.
Yeah, again, this fight here, actually this map was going to be a pretty big kind of statement for Saints 1. They're in second place in the standings, right behind Gangala. Both of those teams at the bottom of the match so far. But we have a steal coming out. I believe it is from Gangala. Not going to quite happen. There's too many people fighting for the dang box. And then we see C is wide open. I don't know where Divine Dead went, but this is a Saints 1 yoink waiting to happen. Emilian will get the winch onto Alone in Paris. He definitely was alone in Vegas. Har. And again, a free retake from Saints 1.
Yeah.
Just Divine Dead nowhere just to be found on that one.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. It looks like this is going to be a free pull. Oh, he is able to get
and
the counter winch.
Big red barrel coming in. Big shots with that Lewis. One more will do it. Okay, well, he takes one first. Is time.
Oh, Jurgen last one alive, but he is getting third partied by Pink, and Alone in Paris and Team Divine Dead are going to try and steal this one, but it does look like Gamblers are coming right in on him, while Gamblers also have D.
Ooh, close there, but oh man, not going to happen. Gambler is going big. They will get this one and potentially C as well. This one being the one that they just got.
Oh my goodness! And
Gamblers,
they grab it.
Look, when we talked about they probably live here, Gamblers, Vegas, all that stuff. It might actually be true. I need to see the team house, boys.
I'm so surprised.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, and it must be hard playing on EU servers from Vegas, but okay, Gamblers, absolute, just putting their stamp on this match, and again, Gangala and Saints 1, number 1 and 2 teams in this league right now, sitting in 3rd and 4th in this match.
And this
again, they've already done well on the other two, but this one, just some implications.
Yeah, this definitely gives some of our lower two teams an opportunity to really move up in the standings. Because, yeah, if you have your top two teams sitting in the bottom of the lobby, you're going to get some big gains on them unless they're putting up huge kill games. But we can see so far that Saints 1 hasn't really. And Mickey just all on his own trying to play his life, and unfortunately not going to make it as he gets caught out by Alone in Paris.
Yeah, that is tricky. Now, it's not over. If the double comes out, it becomes mainly anyone's game at this point. But again, we've seen usually that first team and maybe the second team that still comes out that puts the box in, they typically will hold on to it for the remainder because it seems like third parties are just show crazy. All right, Gamblers will start that last one. I don't think anyone, again, besides the double can catch them, but I will eat my words if someone steals it.
Yeah, and this has me thinking that they're going to try and go for the double, but they're not actually. They're going to try and split it out and really just maybe fight for second place.
Yeah, so, this will become a second place game unless, haven't seen it before, or at least today. Let's see if someone can get both of those and really end things on a big dub. They are a little split. There's not a ton of time between the two. So I have to see. But again, Saints 1 and Gamblers going big. 1-1 trade so far. DW taking on both Sona and Emilian. The res comes out from Mickey. The Serb not going to do enough. Fullen will take him down instead. That is a wipe on the side of Saints 1. But here comes Divine Dead, third-party Kings coming right up. Nuak with 2 down on the side of Gamblers. Oh, I'm out of breath. Oh, I gotta work out.
Oh, no worries. That was an intense fight, and it was insane how, like they just wait for that perfect moment and just wait for those teams to start to be really low, resetting after their team fight, and then what do you know? There's Divine Dead yet again, here to foil any of your plans.
Third-party Kings, boys, go get that next one.
Oh, and they
Put
went
it over to B. I want to see you get both.
They did get the steal on A, so if they can defend this for a little while, looks like we're just waiting for Gamblers to spawn back in, and these guys are kind of chilling. So I think most of our fighting might end up happening over on B.
Yeah, well, Gangala knows that, I mean, this is playing for second or third. It might just be too late to even try anything else. Saints 1 will get 1. Can they get 2? That's Jurgen taking on Emilian. This is a 2. Now the raise comes out on the side of Saints 1. This fight's going all over the place. Can they get the steal? Oh, that's the question. It is 1 left on the side of the Gamblers. Did he do enough time? He did. That is going to be Gamblers. Or not Gamblers, sorry. Saints 1 not getting the steal. I am losing all my team names here. That's Gangala. There we go, the other G team. holding it down for second.
Yeah, really amazing work by Gamblers. I mean, they were kind of struggling earlier in the day. They won their map, they picked Vegas, and they showed why Vegas is their map.
They do. It's in the name. If you told me the Gamblers would win Vegas, no doubts. It's just in the name.
Well, let's take a look at these final score lines. And yeah, geez, 20 kills coming out of Divine Dead. 14 coming for Gungala, and another 20 coming for Saints 1.
Pretty balanced across the board there in the kill department. But again, this opens things up a little bit. Again, Gamblers, they were sitting 5th in standings, it looks like. Gungala, Saints 1 are top, 1 and 2 teams in this league right now. 3rd and 4th. Again, not the end of the world, but 30 and 10 points doesn't get you too far up.
No, not at all. And I'll be very interested to see how this impacts the score lines at the end of the day. And, we can kind of try and keep an eye on those scores as they're coming in. Because I'm really interested to see, I think Gungala is going to be on top and Saints 1 are going to be behind them. So now it's just Aimers Red to hold their first place spot and hope that there's no other surprises in any of the other groups.
Yeah, I think, again, great plays all around today. I think, again, the story of there is a mix of teams in all of these lobbies today. So you're not having, 4 of the top teams or 4 of the bottom teams in each group, let's say. So there's a little bit to play for everybody. Can the top teams hold their spot? Can the bottom teams try and play up a little bit, get a couple more spots on the bracket or, in the standings? We'll have to see. But Brita, I think we got one more map.
Nope,
that was this group.
That was actually our last map for Group 1. So we are gonna send it to just a little bit of a break before we get into Group B. We'll get our teams loaded in during the break, and we will be starting off again on Fortune Stadium.
Fantastic. Alrighty, y'all. Brita, you want to take us to a quick break?
Yeah, no worries. Enjoy a quick few messages from our sponsors, and we'll see you in just a few minutes.
This isn't just a game. This is TNT. Welcome to the jungle, and welcome to 8 Squad's Thursday Night Throwdown.
Featuring the game's top talent, pick up games where chimps become champions.
Thursday nights 8 to 10 p.m. every week, only on 8 Squad. Catch us live on air on Twitch at twitch.tv/8squador.
In the world of sports, every second counts. Every move matters. That's where a Spooze comes in, the sports beverage designed for champions. With a Spooze, it's simple as pop, pour, perform. Packed with electrolytes and essential nutrients to keep you hydrated and energized, Osbooze is your go-to drink for peak performance. Whether you're just carrying the vault or securing the winning cash out, Osbooze is there to fuel your victory. Its unique formula is scientifically designed to boost your stamina and focus. Osbooze, for those who dare to excel. Pop, pour, perform.
It's showtime!
The real world can be unfriendly, misleading, confusing. But your world doesn't have to be. Reality Shield will protect you, cutting out the noise, making the world perfect. We do not censor. We cultivate. Engimo.
That strange thought you just had, where did it come from? And was it even yours? Our new Series 2000 effectively suppresses third-party influence and eccentricity, outperforming our competitors within the standard deviation of conformity. With the Series 2000, your mind stays in control. Via, we as one.
The life giver, the sun, always on, the source of everything that is good. But can it be trusted? Holtau's Sun Insurance will have you covered if the unimaginable happens and the light goes out. Holtau, brighter than ever.
You know, June, every time I think I've seen it all, the finals proves me wrong. What a play!
That's one for the highlight reel, Scotty.
The next chapter in this epic saga is about to unfold. A storm of epic clashes is brewing this season of the finals.
The stars, distant, watching. When will they arrive? Will your family be disintegrated first or last? Will your family dog become their leader? With Holtau's alien invasion insurance, you don't have to worry. Alto, we got your back.
All right, folks, and welcome back. We are excited for Group B of the NA Pro League. We are here on Regional Playday number 6. Insane to think that we've already done 5 of these. We're halfway through the 6th one, and the season will be wrapping up next weekend, and we will know our final rosters for these playoffs. So really looking forward to this next group. And you wanna cue them up for us a little bit?
I thought you would never ask. But yeah, if Group 1 was anything to go off of, again, I'll be repeating this forever. We've got a lot of different teams in various parts of the standings, all playing in each group. So I don't know if we've got the fancy screen to be pulled up, but in Group B today, I believe that's what we're going to.
Yeah.
I'll just read them off real quick. But we got Aimers
There we
Red,
go.
Burnt Nuggets, Reshit, and Zesties making their way onto the arenas for the day. No big shocker. Aimers Red, I don't know if you guys have seen them. They're pretty good. I don't know if there's any big shocker
Some
there.
people think they're pretty good.
Yeah, they're all right. But just looking at the standings again real quick, from our first group of the day, Gangala and Saints 1 both being in there, they've got a small bit of, a small buffer in, their points for the day above Aimers Red. Will they keep that? That is the bigger question. But looking at the rest of the standings, again, we've got Receipts in 12th place. Not ideal, but if there's anything that they can do, today is the day to do it, as we're getting closer to playoffs. We don't want to be at that bottom seed going into regional playoffs. But you're saying we have a sub today? Is there one that we should be aware of?
Yeah, it does look like actually Akuda is going to be subbing in on the Zesties. His in-game name is On God's Behalf, but actually Akuda has helped us quite a bit with the Pro League, with some of the graphics and some of the flashy stuff that we have here was actually created by Akuda himself. So we're very grateful for him for coming in and helping us out there. And so it's even more exciting to see him play, because for a while he was thinking about maybe leaving the game. And so to see him in the Pro League is very heartening, because he's a player I love to watch.
Good. And you know what? Call me an Akuda stan. So we'll just have to see how it goes. But some things just to keep track of in the standings. Again, we got Receipt. Is it Receipt? Recit? I'll call him Receipt.
Yeah.
I like Receipt. Recit at 12th place. Aimers Red, they have not played yet today. This is their first match. So, currently third in the standings. They were first. We'll have to see how that all goes. We have Burnt Nuggets sitting at 6th and the Zesty sitting at 7th. So we got a little mix of everything today.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this too, because Deserved is actually a new reserve on the Burnt Nuggets, and I'm really interested to see how he plays because he's arguably like one of the better. I don't know. He normally plays with Carnifex. He normally plays just like his play is next level. So I'm really interested to see how he does in the league because he's a recent addition to their roster.
Gotcha. One of the Burst boys, but as we get into it, Reset and, we have Burnt Nuggets here taking a fight. Deserved will take down Yellow 2D. Timmy Tim going down. That's a wipe already for two teams in the lobby. Actually, Aimers Red getting taken out by the Zesties, and then Reset winning losing their fight against Burnt Nuggets. So
that was a very surprising first wipe. I mean, we have the Zesties and the Burnt Nuggets coming out on top like right away. I'm very surprised at just how dominant these teams are loading in today. They're coming in warm, they're coming in ready to play, and they are excited to throw down.
Yeah, again, at this point in the map, I guess, similar to Soul, we see a lot of Soul elements on on Fortune. This one it's tough to get across sometimes, so especially the first team that gets in, aka Burnt Nuggets, can they hold it down? It looks like Reset just going to realize, not worth the push. It's too tough to retake.
Oh, I think they're going to jump pad
I thought they were running past. Maybe I'm the fool.
Yeah. Oh, no! They fucked it up!
Oh, Timmy! Big plays today coming out from Reset. Oh,
the 10-head plays.
They smell a little blood in the water right after that one. But hold on.
Let's go. Timmy Tim on the minigun, going to be loading in fast, providing a little bit of protection for his team while he tries to spin that minigun up, but I don't think he's going to get the push he wanted.
Yeah, a bit of a blunder, we could say.
Oh, and they blocked off that jump pad perfectly with the goo. I love that tech.
Yeah, it looks like this is just a wipe here for Reset. Burnt Nuggets, they just had to chill.
Poor Timmy
Nothing
Tim
had
just
to be done there.
left his homie out there. He just barricaded him in the room with those jackals.
Peace, good luck. Basically, just locked the door on him and left. Other side here that we're looking at, Aimers Red versus what looks like the Zesties. Most of this fight, Zesties chilling. I just expect the DMAT to come out underneath the point. I think that's kind of bread and butter for most teams here. Pharaoh's on the bow. We see him absolutely smacking people with it. Don't see too many of them, but I feel like it's actually, yeah, it's been going up a little bit in popularity. But we have to see what the Zesties are going to be capable of here. Can they get the steal? Not too much time left on there, but if they want to do anything, they've got to start doing it now. I mean, shoot, I don't know what else they can get done here.
And this is kind of the EU play style, like. These guys are going to chill. They're going to wait. They are going to get that DMAT down and stop the steal, but... Ooh, Farios gets a great kill with that bow. There we go.
Aimers Red played that great, but just not... Zesties, no sense of urgency there, I feel like.
And by the time they finally went for it, Aimers Red was so set that... You know, like, they'd been sitting there waiting for that to come through for 30 seconds. So then when it finally came, they were so ready for it.
Yeah, it's one of those things, too, where as you play these, like, you start expecting people to be, you know, if they've got the box, you hear them running around underneath you, like, the DMAT's coming. I think you can read that the DMAT will be there. But we say that the DMAT is here, but a quick bounce up from Timmy Tim. On Reset, Bo will take down one. Sorry, Pharaoh's on the boat will take down one. That's two down on the sides of Reset. Aimers Red just running it in. I don't think much has to change here. They're done with the fight. Let's just take our money. We gotta go.
Yeah, and you were mentioning the bow earlier. Farios is legit the only person who runs the bow in this league. Like, there is not, you know, out of all 45 plus players, he's the only one that has any interest in running the bow ever. He does switch it up every now and then, but
you know, it ain't for me, I'll say that. But I know some people just absolutely go crazy with it. But we see a little fight here. Adelco taking down one on the side of the Zesties. These guys have been scrapping this entire match. There it is again, another bow kill for Pharaohs. Put that on the ticker right there. It looks like Reset getting involved as well. Poor day for Zesties getting absolutely third-partied. Burnt Nuggets going for a fourth party on top of their structure there. So
it does look like Reset's going to go for the steal.
Yeah, tough to hit the office for the Zesties, I'll say that much. But yeah, looking at the numbers too, Aimers Red, they've got their money. Burnt Nuggets, they've got their money. And Aimers Red just setting up for this next steal here from Reset.
And I really do want to see Reset be able to kind of pull through some good plays. I know that Averex, their captain, is playing on like his wife's sister's computer or something today. He's like actually out at a family event, and he's like, I gotta lock in. I got some freaking pro leagues to play today. So I know.
Sorry, babe. Got the pro league.
Yeah, exactly. So I know he's running on a pretty subpar rig from what he's normally used to, but I really do want to see Reset kind of improve their standings a little bit. I think they got a lot of heart, but they're struggling a little bit, and I want to see them be able to pull it out a little stronger from here.
For sure. Well, we'll see if the Zesties can pull out a steal. Speaking of something, I don't know where this bit is going. Anyway, Zesties making a play for box C. Aimers Red not really gonna let that happen. Actually, everybody's converging onto box C here.
Yeah.
But if there's anything we've seen, these boxes typically don't move too much. I think because there's so many people here, it's hard to take. Will they get the steal on it?
Oh,
Not quite.
he pulled off that a couple times. I'm kind of unsure why he didn't want to just stick with it. Maybe.
Oh, Pharaohs.
Yeah, maybe the team just wasn't quite there, but Pharaoh's popping off.
Oh my gosh, that's a 1,500 buckaroo right there for him. Almost another 500. Yeah, Pharaohs is absolutely doing work here. Yeah, I think the money's getting away from the lobby. The top two teams, the rich are getting richer. That is a shame to see, both in game and in real life. But Aimers Red, Burnt Nuggets, look at the kills here. Pharaohs on 8 already.
8.
Perzon on 5, Edelco 2. I mean, that's already what? That's 15 kills, and we're still 2 minutes to go?
Yeah, and this is really running away from Zesties and Reset, but I know that they're both. Zesties is using a emergency sub today in a Kuda. Now, while he's goated as an individual, it can be hard to try and get locked in with a new team. And so I'm hoping that the next couple maps.
Describe my dad, goated as an individual.
But he's just not really a team player.
Yeah. Sometimes it can work out. You know, I played with Sanguine in the Power Shift League Invitational, and let me tell you, I've never seen someone. He's a team player, right? But so far away from their team, and so just like they have their own play style, and it worked for them. So there's a chance that same thing can work here. You know, you have someone that plays way off point, and people don't expect it. Zesties takes some shots. We'll take down Edelco here, and the push coming in immediately. Just they smell blood in the water, and they go. Man, Edelco going down, Perzon going down. That's a wipe on the side of Aimers Red. Zesties getting their revenge. They also have the box. This is going crazy for him. On the other side, Reset and Burnt Nuggets going at it. Nade will take down one member of the Nuggets.
And it's just a 1v1.
2 for 2.
Oh, he does get the revive.
Yeah, another 2 for 2 coming in here. It will be SA-12 versus the minigun. Ooh, he will take him down back to 1v1 here. Ooh, it's getting close. Cerberus versus FCAR. Shots are whiffing everywhere. Let's see what happens here. One more Serb shot. Don't even need it. It's the Serb.
And Nagiri is able to get that kill on YOLO 2D. But
that is a tough
unfortunately, these guys still haven't gotten the cashbacks. This is still Reset's.
Yeah, Reset holding strong here. I think just an unfortunate timing. These fights, sometimes they just go forever. You can't really control that. But now look at the lobby. Everyone wants this shmoney. 10 seconds left in regulation time. Everyone knows that B is long gone, so let's try and get as much as we can here. That is all of Orange going down. Burnt Nuggets being taken out here. So if Aimers Red can get this money, that puts them in the first. Gotta see what happens here.
That was some really fortunate debris that fell on a telco, but...
Oh, the steal. Hold on
no, is he going to get
Hold
this?
on a minute. They can't find him. Oh, stop her. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Do they know? Can Pink find him? They can't find him.
No, but he doesn't get the steal.
Did the steal get stopped? The steal must have gotten stopped.
Oh, my
there's
goodness.
gas on the
No
point.
way. And Reset's going to take this. Let's go. And this, now we have an actual lobby going, but... Whew. That is going to bring us to the end of that map.
Yeah, tough to see that there's gas on point. Add more icons for spectator. No, that's tough. Again, just close match at the end, like just in pure money for all these teams. But Dessert, Palma, Nigiri, all coming out strong today. Big start for him. That's 100 point-a-roos on the board.
Yeah, looking forward to it. And let me make sure I can get you some of that game audio. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. It's like the radio, you know. You just gotta imagine what it's like.
We all know what an
Brent
F-car
Nuggets coming
sounds
out
like.
strong. Yeah, dude, we've heard things before, you know.
And it does look like for our second map, we are going to be rolling over to Vegas as Burnt Nuggets have picked the next map. But let's take a quick look at this scoreline because this actually ended up being a much closer game than it looked like on paper when we started.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the kills, Aimers Red, Pharaoh's going absolutely bonkers. Not a huge shock there, but Burnt Nuggets, they got the dub. I mean, they got it. But the money, yeah, we got 38, 36, 31, 25. Literally, that is 13 grand between first and fourth. That is not much. But man, that is close. That is close. But yeah, Burnt Nuggets taking the dub as 100 points to them. Aimers Red with a 70 and then an extra 20, so basically 90 points right there. That's going to bump them pretty close to Saints 1 already in the standings. So
yeah,
again, great first showing, Burrito. What do you think?
Yeah, I was very excited about that. That came a little more down to the line than I thought it was going to be, but this is kind of our first place team, our last place team, and a couple of our teams in the middle. So we know that we have a good spread today, and that really there's so much room for upsets. But I would say this first map went about as I would have expected.
Yeah, I think there's so many fights. It's been kind of the story of today of these fights being so drawn out that a lot of these teams are just last minute at the cash box. Oh crap, it's time to go. Run across the map to the other one. It happens. We've all been there, but I think it's been pretty prevalent today. But again, huge shout out. Burnt Nuggets will take map number 1. We'll have to see what happens for the rest of the map, or the series.
Yeah, we're heading over to map 2 on Vegas. Let me update the overlay. All right. And we're getting loaded in. Looks like, again, running this medium heavy is pretty interesting. And it looks like we are just waiting on Averex to connect in. There we go. We have all our players, and this is ready to go.
But yeah, speaking of comps here, I think, we had, a light, medium, heavy, 2 medium heavies. We've seen a lot of HML coming out for a lot of teams, but at least on the NA side. So we'll have to see if anything different comes out for them. But in EU, I think pretty standard stuff so far. But last time we saw Vegas, we had the Gamblers, big shocker, taking the dub. Any thoughts before we get too far into this match, Burrito? Who's taking map number 2?
I'm going to have to give this one to Burnt Nuggets. I mean, they picked this map. They play very well on it. I think this is one of the more open maps, which really lends to kind of the more long-range game that they're playing, that they're trying to play. But I'm also really just surprised by how much different team comp we're seeing today, because normally we just see HML. There's no variation at all, but today we're actually seeing quite a bit of a mix-up on that meta, and I'm excited to see how this shakes out.
Yeah, you love to see it indeed. You also love to see teams scrapping over the first box. Other side of the map, a wipe from Zesty's taking out Aimers Red here. Actually, I'm just kidding. That's Reset taking out Aimers Red. On this side of the field, we have Zesty's versus Burnt Nuggets going back and forth. Can he make the run? No, he can't. On God's behalf, which is
Akuda.
I forgot who subbed in Akuda. There we go. Subbing in today. Again, first box. Don't matter too much, but great fights from both teams. I think the A is always a tricky one to hold. I can never figure this one out as a player. I think you have the little garage on top of the parking structure. You could play the tall buildings here. You could play under. There's always so many places to play because it's so far away from any, I guess, set cover that you could hold.
Right, and really this is the edge of the map, so you can't push in from this way, but they're gonna bring it way over here and play up on the roof, very much like you just mentioned. But looking at this overhead cam, nobody wants that smoke, so we're gonna cut in on Aimers Red as they push in on Reset.
Yeah, again, this one a little more cut and dry as the point here. You can just steam it off the top. You can bring it down from the top. Shots ringing out there from Metalco. Chasing with that FAMAS. Not a huge surprise. Ooh, that's one of the Amers Red getting taken out. Can he get a Metalco? You gotta blast him. Oh, Amers Red actually taken out real quick.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it does look like the Zesties are going to be here to finish cleaning him up, and they're going to come over and get a free steal. They have about 20 seconds to hold this, so if teams want to try and crash on them, they're going to have to get a good spawn.
Yeah, fantastic play there, and, well, I'll say a fantastic third party. Again, no shade, that's just the finals. Burnt Nuggets holding their point there. We might have, looks like Amers Red spawning on the A side of the map. That'll be a good fight. Amers Red versus Burnt Nuggets. The Amers Red just couldn't, again, it's super early. Couldn't get anything started yet. Reset running in towards B here. Not a lot of time, Brita.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how they're going to try and approach this. They did get a pretty good spawn, so they do have time to come over, get set. But I imagine their enemies are going to be hearing the ticking of that minigun and starting to make some plans around like where these guys are.
Yeah, I love that we're getting different weapons in the finals here. The minigun, super different playstyle. You gotta spool it up. You gotta kind of play a little bit more careful or more decision. That's a word. More decisive with your shots. Speaking of which, do we get a steal coming out? I'm not sure it's gonna happen. Other side of the map as well. We have other teams scrapping. Box is just not enough time.
Oh, and Timmy Tim is going to get that kill, and it's going to be a 2v1 over here while Stopper trying to gets that res, but it's been too late for a little bit of this, so we are going to cut over to Burnt Nuggets as they go to tap 3.
Yeah, Burnt Nuggets on an absolute heater today. Took map number 1, so far first in map number 2. Amers Red on a bit of a struggle for this one, which again, I'm not saying they're getting fourth. All right, hold on, let's put that on pause, but if the standings for this map shake out the way they do, that gap for Amers Red to get up to first is absolutely truncated. It's not enough. So
and now,
let's see what happens. They do have their own box, so there's a chance they get that plug money plus a little bit more on the kill side. We know, Ferris can go absolutely crazy with the bow. He'll get some kills already. We'll have to wait and see what happens.
And taking a look at it, this is actually only the second time that Amers Red and Burnt Nuggets have played in the same group.
All right, well, unfortunate path by deserved. I don't think you meant for that to go the way it did. Low HP bars on the side of Reset. I almost keep calling them Receipt. The plug comes out from Burnt Nuggets. The plug comes out from Amers Red. Different sides. Big C4 from Palma. The boom coming out. What the winch. Hate to see it unless you're on the side of Burnt Nuggets here. SA doing some damage, but so does the Serb.
I was really surprised. Yeah, Palma putting up some amazing plays today. Meanwhile, yeah, that's not gonna. You're not gonna outrun him on that one. But we do have 3 teams here fighting.
We love the Serb, don't we? We just love that Cerberus, don't we? Don't, chat. I'm kidding. Don't hit me. Don't. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I think some things never change. You get one shotgun out of the meta, another one takes its place. It's just they're so good in this game. But weapon metas aside, Zessy's going with that steal on to C. Rough spot for the Steeler.
Yeah, it looks like Airshoe almost had it, but kind of the opposite of a head glitch. Had a little bit of a butt glitch going on there and was able to just barely catch him as he was trying to steal that from around the corner.
Yeah, Stopper taking down Nagiri. Nagiri gets rezzed up real quick by deserved. Zesties does get the steal here, actually, so a little bit of time gained. Box is not done yet, so one more fight most likely here.
But they're in amazing position, too, is able to get it, go reset, and meanwhile, Burnt Nuggets are just trying to figure out where the heck they are so they can try and mount an offense.
Red. Hold on a minute, I heard a bow shot come out of nowhere. Amers Red might be trying to jump in here a little bit. I heard one bow shot. Maybe you just want to send a message. Great spot here, actually, for Burnt Nuggets. Look at this little corner. APS is down. Can they?
Oh, he sticks it.
Brings us to 1v1 Stopper versus Nagiri. XP versus the Serb. Not a lot of time left on this box. I believe it's going the way of Burnt Nuggets unless Stopper can find him. Oof, hate to see it.
All right, and it does look like Amers Red is going to defend their box over here as well. So we are going to have Burnt Nuggets in first, Amers Red in second. after those first couple boxes with the other two teams wiped. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the score lines. Already 12 kills out of Burnt Nuggets.
This is a wonderful performance from them. I mean, already 100 points from the last map. If it stays this way, another 100 points, plus all the kills they've been getting.
Which is a ton.
I mean, everyone's gotten some pretty good frags so far, pretty even. Again, it looks like Aimers Red taking their box most likely to A. It's real close. We got Resset and Burnt Nuggets fighting over the other one, with Zesties coming in over the top. Let's see how this pans out, Rita.
Oh yeah, and it does look like they are going to go ahead and get the jump pad on them and just catch them on their back feet. And they're going to run into this elevator shaft where they know they have a little bit more coverage. Ooh, and he is able to beat that minigun. Oh, but Zesties is here also.
Oh, yeah, a lot of back and forth happening. A little bit of everybody going down here. And well, that's all rested. But we have, I think, one left on the Zesties, a stopper, versus 3 of Burnt Nuggets. I think Nuggets are just going to take their money and go ahead and dip. Get the plug. They want to try and get. I would think they want to try and take this to A, get the split, guarantee the a little something, but and a defense against 4 teams if you just play careful. But they are going to take the split. They will take the risk of potentially playing for a second. But we'll see what happens. Again, great position on their part. Aimers Red versus Rested again on the A side of the map.
Yeah, let's go ahead and see how they approach this. They really need this cash box because they are kind of struggling today, so they really need to do some good work on Aimers Red, but unfortunately it is going to be Averex all by himself, and it's just not going to quite be enough for him.
Yeah, Aimers Red just a clinic against Reset. I mean, there's no way else to put it.
I mean, when the number 1 team and the number 12 team clash, you can generally imagine how it's going to come out. But I love an upset, and I'm always rooting for that underdog.
Oh, trust me, I want that as much as the next person. But I think Aimers Red, just a bit of a tough nut to crack here. Zesties, we've seen them win some fights against Aimers Red. Can they do it again? Can they get that money? 1 for 1 so far, 2 for 1 in favor of Aimers Red. They will get the defense as well. Pharaoh's coming right back up, and that box is ticking away, Brita.
Yeah, I don't think Zesties is going to have enough to do it. I mean, Airshoe is the GOAT, but I don't see him taking on 3 of these guys with any type of success. But it does look like we have Reset pushing in as well, and this could really split things up because the Telco's super low. Ooh. It's just Timmy Tim all on his own. Can he take this whole team?
Let's go, Timmy!
Let's go, Timmy Tim!
On, Timmy. Come on!
No! You hate to see it.
Close. All right, well, I think this is how the lobby's going to shake out, folks. Burnt Nuggets, 2 maps in a row against, Aimers 1.
One of these gents just emoting, having a good time.
Emote it up.
And this map goes to them.
Yeah, Burnt Nuggets, that's a 200 match points, for the day so far. Great performance. I mean, again, they played fast, played ahead. They held their boxes. Not much else I think you could ask for.
Yeah, I'm really surprised because this is gonna potentially knock Aimers Red out of first place. Burnt Nuggets are really making a tear and doing some good work and catching up to them. And I'm gonna be really interested to see how these scorelines shake out and where these groups end up today, because I have a feeling they're gonna end somewhere else than they started.
I agree. I don't think I could have said it better myself. But again, looking at the kills, I always said I would be lying if I said I wouldn't be surprised if Ferris had double digits. And lo and behold, 10 kills for him, 18 extra points for Aimers Red. That's still nothing to scoff at. 13 extra points for Reset. We got Zesties with 14 extra points. So, again, not bad by any means. But again, those placement points, they stack up. They stack up fast.
They really do. And when we look at these kills, I mean, if teams are putting up 20 and they have 4 games, they could get 80 points just from kills. So
yeah,
there is a lot of opportunity for these teams to continue to gain and to hopefully just shake things up a little bit more than they have so far.
Yeah, again, we are 2 maps down, 2 to go. Predictions. Again, I don't think I would think of Burnt Nuggets coming in being so strong as a first-time EU viewer, but my cat also just, I don't know if you heard that, failed to jump onto my computer, so disregard anything you might have heard in the background.
Hey, she's doing her best.
Yeah, she is. But yeah, Burnt Nuggets putting on a fantastic show today. Aimers Red, same thing. Super consistent, second place to second place. I think, tough one for Reset being, frankly, last in standings is going to be an uphill battle no matter what. I want to hope, the hope is there. I think the want is that they can do a little better on map 3.
Yeah, and map 3 is going to be Monaco, and so we are loading in now. And
ooh, first Monaco of the day.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe this medium heavy comp is working. Like, I generally thought kind of the meta for this season was going to be HML, but this HMM comp is really wiping the floor with what I would conventionally consider kind of our base stack,
Yeah, I think it's one of those things too where the magic of the heavies of the finals is that you can play kind of whatever you want if you play it well. So as we all remember season 3 of 5 Lights running around, I'm sorry for bringing that back into memories again. You have that. You have the triple medium meta. You have HML, which seems to be the thing nowadays, which to me perfectly balanced, as all things should be. But we'll come back to that in a bit. We have Reset versus Burnt Nuggets on this side of the map. Other side of the map, Zesties versus Aimers Red. Already kicking off.
Ooh, quick wipe over there from Aimers Red, but these guys are throwing down hard.
Yep. That APS is eating up so much. A bit of a whiff on the RPG from Palma, but they will take down Yolo with that SA-12. A very quick fight there from the side of Burnt Nuggets. Very decisive.
Yeah, I was really interested to see how those APSs came in. Yeah, that was really surprising. Like, that ate up so much utility. It ate an RPG. It ate a C4. I think it ate another grenade. Like,
and they still won. That's
wild.
That's the crazy thing. Yeah, APS got a love-hate relationship with it. It's very good, but also just so annoying. Other side of the map, Zesties versus Aimers Red. It looks like we got a little bit of action popping off there. Can you get in with the bow? Not quite. Stop it with a great frag onto Pharaohs there. 2 down on the side of Aimers Red. 3 down. Stopper. He's putting a stop to Aimers Red right now.
Well, let's go, and I love to see it. Zesty's coming alive. I'm hoping that they're finally starting to gel, and that they're gonna be able to put together a slightly better game on Monaco. I know Airshoe and Stopper generally play very well on this map, so it'll be really interesting to see if they're able to kind of improve their standings, because they've been sitting in 3rd and 4th all day.
Yeah, ooh, big. Reset being super split here. Who's this up in front? You gotta look out there, son. Yolo living by his name, apparently. He's just out and about. 2v3 in the favor of Zesties here. I don't see how this is going to go any different, but Aimers Red's on the charge here, too.
Oh, no, and this has turned into a full-blown 3-team fight, but... Oh, it does look like Reset goes down, and Aimers Red is going to try and take this one back, because everyone else is so far away. I don't think they even have time to try and stop it, even if they wanted to.
Here's the thing, too. Pharaoh's putting on a clinic, but he's also so far from his team that Zesties could get the reses and push right back in and turn this into a 2v2 or 2v3, but... Looks like that's not quite going to happen here. Looks like it's just Airshoe all left alone on top of this roof there. The coin and actually the res comes out, so this will be another interesting push. Looks like Burnt Nuggets holding down their box still, so not much to change on the other side of the map other than Reset trying to get the push. Time is ticking away, though. Not a lot of time left for this box. Again, he got to start making something happen. Oops. We do see a big C4 coming out here on the side of Burnt Nuggets.
Oh, sorry.
Can anything happen here besides Tim going down, unfortunately? Although it did happen.
I switched us over to the wrong side, so I'll take us back over.
Oh, no, you're good. Action all the time, action all the time. We'll come back to what happened there in a bit. Zesties making the push onto Aimers Red, but it looks like it's just all for naught. Pharaohs in prison just holding it down. Not a big surprise. It's just like once you get set up on that point too, it's just so hard to retake.
Because you
Zesties, again,
you have this huge open garden where folks can be coming from anywhere, bounce padding over. Like, it's so hard to try and defend. And if you're all the way over here, it takes a while to get back over there. And so unless your team's really dialed in, it's a really hard cash out to try and retake.
Yeah, I think Monaco, it's a fun map, but man, it is sometimes just hard. I don't know how to explain it. It's just difficult to if you're struggling just to get things rolling again, because the map is so, a lot of these points are so open on Monaco that it can be really difficult to just crack a team, right? Just to get into their defenses. But regardless, Burnt Nuggets, look at this pace that they've had all of today. I mean, they've had the first box. They've had so much stuff. Space program coming out for the box as well. They've been doing well. What can I say? Burnt Nuggets doing well.
Yeah, and I'm not at all surprised by that necessarily, but I'm surprised at their dominance. Like, they are a very good team. They've been playing very well throughout this entire series so far, but they are really bringing the heat today, and I'm wondering if, maybe switching things up a little bit with their rosters, really helping them out.
Ooh, serve coming in. Nagiri with that serve, everyone's favorite weapon, but Yoa will take one back. He's got 2 bars of health. Can he get the one onto Palma, who's slowly regenerating? Needs to start doing some damage now.
Oh.
Not quite gonna happen. Everyone loves a serve, right? Sorry, I won't say that again. Other side of the map, Zesties versus Aimers Red. 5 million fights this match between the two of them. Oh, that's not the box. There it is. All right, so we've got a little bit of a battle of attrition here against Zesties. They've been fighting Aimers Red for what feels like a millennium. Pharaoh's not letting Air 2 get away for free. These have been super back and forth. I think this has been anyone's fight. Ooh, Pharaoh's nice shot there. That Zestie's going down. Yeah, Zestie's doing what they can. I think what's separating a lot of these teams here, and Temmie Tim and Co getting one on the side of Burnt Nuggets. So I'll come back to that combo in just a bit. Do we see a Reset steal? Help your team, boys.
Let's go. Oh, no. That was a really good winch out of Palma to really pull that up and out of the way, though.
Yeah, good winch. But I'm not sure if it's enough. It really isn't. Reset just crumbling here. That is something you hate to see. Ooh.
And it does look like Burnt Nuggets is going to hold on to this and be tied for first place as long as Farios doesn't get any more kills. So let's cut on over to him.
It will be an exact 32.5k for both teams right now. But yeah, I think on the side of those leather gloves are going crazy. The side of Reset, they've just been throwing everything, just kind of like lemmings, just one at a time, going in and hoping something changes. Which I get if what you're doing isn't working, you gotta switch things up a bit. But just this constant single file funnel into a fight hasn't been working too much. But hey, anything's possible. Let's see what happens here. At this point, you can't break open from the top. APS is going down. Barricade's a little far from the point. And here comes Pharaohs. You know what's going to happen next? Actually, the gas, I was going to say, took out Pharaohs. I didn't realize there was gas back there. But I guess he just got absolutely gassed.
And with Reset, that's just not going to be a good push for them. And Palma's all alone over here trying to keep things alive for the Burnt Nuggets. And Zesties are going to go ahead and wipe them out. And they are going to get this plug. Now, I think our lower two teams are probably going to try and have to go for a double. But Zesties just want to get this plugged in right away and don't want to deal with any nonsense.
Yeah, and again, if Zesties gets this box, they're not even that far behind the top two here. You know, they'll put them up to 30 versus the 34 that's on there. I say that the steal's already coming out from Aimers Red. I don't know if that's, no, that is their box, 100%.
I'm reloading.
And this is a bit more of what I expected. Like, Aimers Red normally play a pretty dominant game. So to see them struggling as much as we had on the first two maps, I imagine they're going to switch things up, because I think this is the Telco's favorite map. I might need to double check my stats on that.
Monaco's a banger.
Yeah, I do love Monaco.
But
go ahead.
Check out the other box here. We have the other one running. Looks like the split likely going to come out of this. Oh, Zazzy's with a retake. Hold on a minute. Air shoe. Just going to yoink that right out from Aimers Red here. We do have the other box being plugged by Burnt Nuggets. They're going for the split here, so it will be anyone's game for first place at this point. Aimers Red Prison just the last one alive. We have Air Shoe and Stopper on Zest. He's trying to hold this one down. Q just kind of blocking everything off. Only a few ways to get in. Here comes Reset, though.
Oh, good plays by Air Shoe.
Great heads-up play. Yeah, Air Shoe with the gas just to try and deter them a bit. Will make it out alive. Rita, everyone wants this money. Who do you think's getting it at the end? I just want it's just a little bit of a
I
bet.
think just because there's so much crazy crap going on, I imagine the Zesties actually hold on to it because this is going to be just a third-party fest between Reset and Aimers Red. That I think if a telco, or I think if Airshoe can play smart, they can hold this, and they just kind of have to hang out and let these guys keep themselves busy with everyone else.
Yeah, this is also looks like a free box for Burnt Nuggets because the spawn this fight is taking so long. Zesties might just make out like Bandits. Well, third place Bandits, but Bandits nonetheless. Edelco fighting for his life here. Not gonna quite make it. Person, the last one alive. That is a Zesties box through and through.
But ultimately, it looks like Burnt Nuggets are gonna take another first place. Can they make it 4-4-4 today?
A little hat trick. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
This is map 3, right? Am I going?
No,
crazy?
no, this is
It
map 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Taking crazy pills. Burnt Nuggets though. Hold on a minute. First map got the dub. Second
gotta
map
go.
got the dub.
Nope,
Map
it's
number
too late.
3. This
They're
is
getting the
another
dub.
win for Burnt Nuggets. 3 in a row. The hat trick calling out for Burnt Nuggets, ladies and gentlemen. Reset, they put their hearts in that one. Not gonna come out. I'm sorry, all you Reset fans in chat.
I don't want to call it
Burnt
too
Nuggets.
soon, but I think Burnt Nuggets might be making a tear on their way to first place.
300 positional points just by that alone. The kills as well, not too bad. Well, we got 17 on the side of Burnt Nuggets. I'd love to see, where the other teams are sitting. But man, they are putting on a show for us.
Yeah, geez, and look at that on Aimers Red. What is that? 26 kills. So even though they came in second place, they get 70 points. They still end up at 96 points, which is not too far off the first place spot. So they're doing a good job of understanding that maybe sometimes when they're running a little bit behind, that getting the kills is absolutely worth it. So I'll be really interested to see kind of where these two teams end up, because they were split by about 200 points at the start of the day. But given that Aimers Red keeps coming in second, getting a lot of kills, the split may not be all that much different at the end of the day.
Yeah, to your point, it's like, yeah, we'll have to see how things really shake out. But again, I am on the Burnt Nuggets believer train for this after that. I want Reset to come out swinging, and I think they are, but I think these teams are they're locked in. I gotta say, these teams are locked in today, and I think that's how it is. If you're not locked in, you're not locked in. Great. Thank you, Young. Great insights as always. I believe we have one more map coming up.
We do, and we are
any predictions for this one as well?
This one's Cis Horizon, and I see this going any direction. I think it's hard to say. I see this one going Aimers Red way. I think they're probably getting pissed about all these second places. They can't be happy with constantly getting second, especially since they've gotten in such a rhythm of getting so many firsts. So it'd be really interesting to see how they're able to do this, but I have a feeling they're going to come in maybe a little grouchy, and hopefully we'll see Aimers Red popping off a little bit.
Yeah, I think looking at the standings now, they have reclaimed first, so at least they have that back on their mantle.
All right.
Whatever. Back at the HQ. But yeah, interesting to see Burnt Nuggets though. 3 in a row? Can they make it 4? Only time will tell. Rita, I'll let you take us away into the next one whenever we're ready.
Yeah, and we're loading on over into Cis Horizon right now, and this is going to be our last map for this group. So I'm really looking forward to see how this goes. And if you want to follow along with any of the action, just definitely check out prohubs.tf. We have a website built by the amazing RMRX that shows points overviews, groups, teams, links to all their YouTubes. You can donate, you can join our Discord. So there's a lot of great information over there. Go ahead and check it out.
Also, Brita, how much is this prize pool up to already?
This prize
For the
pool is
folks
up
that
to
don't know?
$1,850. We've had some amazing sponsors. Broxton Crash, our via chief PR officer, has put a ton of money into the pot. We started it off at 500, and we've had quite a few small number donations and gotten another couple $100 from the Vault, one of our favorite podcasts about the finals. So getting a lot of folks involved, and we are so excited to see these teams battling it out because the number one team is going to be splitting over $1,000 at this point.
Things you love to see, but things you also love to see, teams fighting. So Reset, Aimers Red, again, Aimers Red, a bit of a dominance in the lobbies in the kill department. Reset, again, just struggling to get something to work. Let's see what happens here. I don't foresee much changing right now. It looks like the gateway might be coming out on the side of Reset, beelining it to, the B site here for Aimers Red. Can they beat them there? That's the biggest question. Serb coming out. Persian getting very low. Start hitting him. Smack him. There we go. Tim. Will get a kill, actually. But Aimers does get the plug. That's another couple grand over in their pockets. This is the time. Reset needs to start beelining it over. Get the rest of the kills. Finish the fight. Speaking of fights, other side of the lobby. Zesties versus Burnt Nuggets happening right now. Airshoot taking down the Serb. But here we go. Zesties, Reset, so many teams. Am I right? Taking Cash Out B, Edelco, and Co. making the wave in real quick once again. So just a quick little reset. Yellow taking out a 2 HP, make that no HP. And we see Reset regrouping.
And they are down to just Averex, but he is being hunted, and Varios loses his one-on-one. But they know where he is now. They know he's low, and they're probably going to be on the hunt for him. Oh, but Tim is able to come in and give some backup. He switched over from the minigun to the M60.
M60?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, and they are able to get that revive, and we have a full-on fight happening here again. We'll see.
Persian getting taken very low, boys. You need to capitalize on that. Get in there. There is no heal beam. Start poking, doing that damage. Can you get him? There we go.
Yeah, they are able to get Persian
on the side of Aimers. Rita, break down what's happening here. I know you're locked in.
Oh, yeah. I'm really excited. Reset's actually making a very good push in, and it is looking like they are going to be able to try and get the steal, and it's going to be successful. They are holding all three, and it's just Persian all by himself right now, but it does look like his other two team members have coined in, so this is really Reset's to lose.
Yeah, Reset. This is what we wanted. This is what the people wanted. Coming into this. Now, can they hold it is the bigger question. A Gravity Vortex coming out. I don't think we've seen that yet, unless I've been blind the whole time. The bow's coming out. Oh, you hate to see it. Edelco with the steal and the DMAC coming down.
Oh, he doesn't get it.
That will be enough.
Oh.
That will be enough to stop that.
Amazing work, and I think Reset, yeah, they're going to take this one. They're going to get wiped, but it doesn't matter.
It's about sending a message. That's 12 grand in their pockets. That was one of the last matches they had for the entirety of last match. So I think, again, great start here. Burnt Nuggets already taking their first place lead in the match so far. Not a huge surprise there. Reset, though. Props to you guys. Love to see that. Let's do that again.
Exactly, and it does look like Burnt Nuggets are going to go ahead and get this quick tap after getting that last one. So continuing to do what they can to control the tempo, but looks like my initial kind of estimation that Aimers Red was going to come in a little more pissed off than they have. They are really struggling in third place.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that first box, not the end of the world. I think you can chalk that off to a business expense, basically. It's a loss. So I think this one, they need to fight for this one, and it looks like they're doing just that. But they're getting swarmed by Zesties right now, and from Reset. They're just in a world of hurt so far. If they can just regroup, regen their health a little bit, see if they can play it a little safer. Tim takes on Persian. Again, Aimers Red just needs to retreat and reset.
Oh man, and I was really surprised too, because all of Reset was sitting there waiting for him, and a Telco ran right past him. Like, he kind of saw him hiding there in the corner, but Reset was just sitting there and waiting for that to come through, and it looks like they are going to get the steal in on this one.
I gotta say, I don't know who Burnt Nuggets paid off in this lobby, but 3 box after 3 box, they know something I don't. But here we go. Big sprays coming out from the side of Stopper on the Zesties. Can he take down the last one here, the last heavy, I guess? Side easy spray down. Timmy Tim going down on Reset. The Res comes out 2v1, I believe.
Yeah,
on
and
the
Stopper's
side
just
of
fighting for his
Reset.
life, trying to keep these guys hurt so that hopefully in about 10 seconds or so his team can come in and help him out a little bit. But I think he's just going to back up
Other
and wait for
side.
his team.
Yeah, other side of the map. Aimers Red versus Burnt Nuggets here. Again, Aimers Red, this is their demon in this lobby. It's been the Burnt Nuggets. You know, I'm not a Burnt Nuggets stan in real life. I don't know who really is, but in the finals, there's some magic of what they're doing in these lobbies.
Yeah, and it does look like Aimers Red are going to try and push in on him, but these guys are well ready. Like, they had that drop ready even though they were a quarter mile away. And that's going to buy him just enough time to get a better up-top position against these guys. But Deserved and Farios, that's a spicy 1v1.
Yeah, not one that I would want to fight as anything, but great shots by Deserved. Look at the heady onto Pharaohs there. Edelco making out like a bandit. No HP. Other side of the map, we have the other two teams fighting. We're going to focus on this for now. Edelco still just no health. Going to try and regen here. Box still in Burnt Nuggets' favor. I don't think there's any time for Aimers Red. They have to go now if they want something to work.
And it does look like Reset's going to keep theirs over on the other side of the map, and I don't think this steal's going to go through. Ultimately, this one's going to Burnt Nuggets, and now Aimers Red sitting at a really rough third place.
Man, Pharaohs, where's the frag movie? I need to see this. Just, make one right now. Yeah, Aimers Red.
Need to see some of this action.
Yeah, Aimers Red, again, just, they're so, there's a reason that they're number one in EU right now for this league. They're so mechanically talented. They're, the team play is there. It's really about playing around each other. Speaking of which, we have Averick getting shot at by somebody. There he is, Pharaohs. That's another one for the Pride movie. Put that in there. Yeah, it's just tough. But Reset, second place. I want to call them out real quick. They're playing so much better in this one. I don't know if it's they're playing around each other better, they're winning fights more, a little bit of everything. They're 3 last places in a row, or 3, I shouldn't say last, 4 places in a row into this.
Yeah. Ooh, and it does look like Aimers Red gets this plug, but Zesties are waiting for him. They're just going to go ahead and kill him and immediately take that steal. Meanwhile, Persian's back here still dealing with Reset, and he's going to lose that fight. And Aimers Red have to wait 30 seconds to try and come get this cash box back.
Yeah, not a lot of time left after the spawn. I mean, it's doable for sure, but look at all these nameplates just fighting for this money. Burnt Nuggets just trying to secure a little bit more. Ooh, big shots coming out from Airshoot. Great beams with the F-car there. Just to slow down a bit. So this is a tough spot for the Zesties, actually, because even if they get this box, it's not enough to surpass, at the current standings, Reset in second. So this is a fight, a kill race that they can start doing it for second place. I don't think they'll catch them first, unless they get both those boxes. But it is going to be a close finish here on CIS.
Yeah, and it's going to be really interesting to see if these teams are able to kind of shake anything up, because these 2 boxes are split, but there is a good amount of time.
Hold on a minute. Zessie's absolutely just taking that one back. They will get the drop onto on God's behalf. I know it's a different name.
No worries.
Who's in there right now? They're getting taken low. One more will do it for Stopper. That's Yellow taking down with the serve. Can he take one more? He will. Yellow taking down 2 on the Zesties. That is a wipe on the Zesties.
And I think we basically got enough time for one more push for both of these teams. We're going to have to see where they spawn in, because these are 2 pretty lockdown cash outs for both of our teams. Why can't I go through that ceiling?
Yeah. I didn't have Reset absolutely cooking on my bingo card, but they are absolutely cooking. Oh, looks like Aimers Red and Burnt Nuggets, I believe, are fighting on B side. I think the UI was just bugging for a second there.
Yeah, let's cut in there.
This will be huge. This is going to determine who's getting first in this match. Data Reshaper.
Let's go. I love the Data Reshaper.
Can they steal? It's just right underneath their arms. No DMAT. That's going to be a steal coming in for Aimers Red. Here's the storyline. If Aimers Red keeps this, that is a first for Reset.
Let's go.
Do we see this happening? Things you want to see for 500, Alex. Aimers Red absolutely cooking onto to Burnt Nuggets here. Back and forth now. I don't see this box changing hands anytime soon, but the Zesties have a bone to pick here. Low bars all around.
Oh, is Airsuit going to get
Is
this in
anyone gonna stop
the
Zesties?
chaos of war? No. Nope, that's not enough time.
Not enough time.
Reset brings home their first place, I think, of the whole series.
You love to see it. Reset. I never lost faith. I never lost faith. Reset, first place. You love to see it. They played so well. They won their fights. I think things you didn't expect. Avrex played so good they don't even have his stats.
I
on.
know, yeah. Let's cut over to that next screen so we can see what that scoreline is, because I'm really interested to see what they put together. 21 kills.
21.
Dang.
That's a payday.
Dang. Stopper's back has got to be hurting. Going 12-5 and still coming in last place. That's gotta hurt. But very good work from all of our teams today. And I think with that last one, we really shifted things. I was a little anxious that, Burnt Nuggets was just going to make a run of the day. But from the back of the pack, here comes Reset. And we freaking love to see it.
You do love to see it. Now, will that shake up the standings enough? Probably not. It's still got a hill to climb. But if they can keep playing like that with just this time left, even getting anywhere above, I think it's ninth, that cutoff, it is quite a bit still, 400 points. That's not an easy day for anybody. This is a good start. And even if they get knocked down into, the lower bracket, if they start there for playoffs, playing like this is a really good sign of life. And I think Reset, this is my first time watching them, and I think it really clicked at the end of, play around each other, play around the environment. Maybe Sis is a really good map for him. So, good stuff. But Burnt Nuggets, I think, also a clinic on today. 3 wins in a row, and I believe a third or second place. I don't remember which one it was. We'll see. I'll look after the VOD, but fantastic. I think a match I did not see going the way it did. I'm glad it did.
Heck yeah, and I'd love to see it mixed up, because if we saw Burnt Nuggets just get 4 first places, I would feel like something is maybe wrong with the way we built the league. Ideally you don't want one team coming in and just absolutely dominating on a whole day. So I do like to see things getting switched up a little bit, especially that it's just not like the same 1, 2, 3, 4 all day. I like to see things mixed up and get shifted. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think that's the fun thing too, is that the way that these lobbies have shaked out, or these groups of teams at the top, teams at the bottom, teams in the middle. You get a little bit of everything, and so these stories kind of also build themselves of teams like Reset, who statistically bottom of the league right now, can pull off stuff like that, and everybody loves it. So I think there's time. The major is coming, Reset. It's season 8. You got time. So we got to see what comes out of that.
Well, awesome. Well, while we go ahead and get our next group started, we are going to go ahead and get our last groups loaded in for today. And we are going to take it to just a brief break, and we will be back for our final Group C teams here in just a moment.
In the world of sports, every second counts. Every move matters. That's where a Spooze comes in, the sports beverage designed for champions. With a Spooze, it's simple as pop, pour, perform. Packed with electrolytes and essential nutrients to keep you hydrated and energized, Spooze is your go-to drink for peak performance. Whether you're just carrying the vault or securing the winning cash out, Spooze is there to fuel your victory. Its unique formula is scientifically designed to boost your stamina and focus. Spooze, for those who dare to excel. Pop, pour, perform.
It's showtime!
The real world can be unfriendly, misleading, confusing. But your world doesn't have to be. Reality Shield will protect you, cutting out the noise, making the world perfect. We do not censor. We cultivate. Engimo.
That strange thought you just had, where did it come from? And was it even yours? Our new Series 2000 effectively suppresses third-party influence and eccentricity, outperforming our competitors within the standard deviation of conformity. With the Series 2000, your mind stays in control. Via, we as one.
The life giver. The sun, always on. The source of everything that is good. But can it be trusted? Holtau's Sun Insurance will have you covered if the unimaginable happens and the light goes out. Holtau, brighter than ever.
You know, June, every time I think I've seen it all, the finals proves me wrong. What a play!
That's one for the highlight reel, Scotty.
The next chapter in this epic saga is about to unfold. A storm of epic flashes is brewing this season of the finals!
The stars. Distant. Watching. When will they arrive? Will your family be disintegrated first or last? Will your family dog become their leader? With Holtau's alien invasion insurance, you don't have to worry. Alto, we got your back.
Alrighty, folks, and welcome back to Group C on this Playday number 6 for EU. We are excited to get into it. I am joined here today by young, amazing YouTuber. If you haven't checked out his content, definitely do, because he makes some of the most exciting and fun finals content out there.
You know what? I'll accept the glaze, Brita. As the man who's running the show himself, I just have the easy job. I just yap. That's it. But I think exciting games today so far. I think the first group we had, you know, a little bit of everything. Group 2 or Group B, Burnt Nuggets coming in, crazy performance. 3 map wins. Reset with a 4th map, well, map number 4, now 4th win. Winning map number 4, great points. I think this was something that we love to see, but it all comes down, I guess, in some way, to Group C. Final group of the day.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to this one. A couple little funky things happening with this group is actually one of the players that normally plays on NTHX is actually going to be filling in on Aimers Blue today. So Rainkey, who normally plays as a sub for NTHX, is actually going to try out a little bit with Aimers Blue. Normally, this is kind of against the rules, but we're allowing it because, you know, it's good to give groups like an opportunity to kind of do some other stuff. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing if that helps them, if that hurts them. I'm not too sure. But let's take a quick look at the teams that we have coming in.
Leaking between teams.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really interested to see how this is all going to shake out. And we can go ahead and kick this first map off while we take a quick look at these groups. And Godlike Gamer really has a lot of ground to make up. They changed half their roster in this last break, so I'm really interested to see how that's going to work for them, just due to kind of some of the changes that they've experienced with their roster, and that I'm unsure if it's working out the way they want to, but they got more time.
Yeah, and I think the story for this one, too, is you have 6th, 9th, 10th, 11th in the standings in this one lobby, so Aimers Blue a little bit ahead of the rest with their, you know, I guess brother, sister team, whatever, Amers Red, who just finished their matches, now sitting back in first place. It'll be interesting to see what's going to happen here. Again, everyone's kind of jockeying for position coming into playoffs. Really want to try and be ahead of that 9th place cutoff. So this is the time to do it. Time to shine.
Yeah, and there's only 2 more Playdays left, so these teams really have to kind of lock in, and we're going to start in with watching a bit of crutches. Bronx always running that DB, which I saw some folks on the Pro League side of the chat just absolutely already complaining about the DB before this game started.
Don't we all? But looks like a little bit of action starting off right away. You know, both teams fighting on the respective sides of the map. Bronx trying to get done something with the DB right now, getting down to about 14 HP. Just him left now on the side of crutches. Amers Blue, which are now red. Pretty dominant fight one there. Nothing too extreme, nothing too unexpected. We do have the traditional A spawn on this side of the map, so whoever gets really over there first and sets up, it's usually a pretty hard thing to retake.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be... It looks like a bit of a stagger, too, because these teams are going to be spending quite a while trying to figure out what's happening. It looks like they're waiting to teleport the box over here and just hop straight over there. And I don't think Crutches even realizes it. Oh, no, but Ramke falls! He misses the jump pad!
Oh, they smell blood in the water.
And this is the absolute time to ape.
Yep. Crutches absolutely smelled it so far. Another one taken down. I think it's just one. It's just one left on the side of Amers Blue here, if I'm not mistaken. Roma taken out. That is a wipe on the side of Amers Blue now.
Yeah, it is, and they are gonna hold on to this cash box for now. But we're gonna cut on over to C.
Yeah, things you hate to see. Whatever happened there. I've never done that. I'll never do that.
Now we have NTHX and Godlike Gamer battling over Cashbox B, and they are going to go ahead and get the drop. They still have about 1 or 2 more layers they can drop this down, but we're almost back on the ground floor already, and this still has quite a bit of time left on it.
Yeah, we've seen this time and time again where you just, because the DMAT is so good, you will just drop this down or wait for someone to start selling, then drop it. But again, these teams know fight before steal most of the time if you can, and that's a big kill from PRN there. NTHX taking down members of Godlike Gamer. Are they going to get the steals coming out? There's no one to stop them from below, so this will be a free cash box in the hands of NTHX.
And it does look like Benzelv is off on his own. He is currently one of the emergency subs coming in for Godlike Gamer. But they are able to get the res off up here, and it looks like Best is going to coin in. They're going to regroup, and they're going to try and take this again.
Yeah, not a lot of time left, but again, we've seen other things happen. And other side of the map, Amers Blue fighting Crutches. Still in the hands of Crutches is that box, but let's focus on what's ahead of us here. Godlike Gamer trying to get some kills on the NTHX. Venvel is trying to get some big damage on there. One's going to get out with no HP. Just kidding, gets taken down. Pepe will get taken down pretty quick. Pierre takes down Cartones. It's all up to Venvel's here. Heavy with no HP will get knocked down eventually. Can he take down the remaining light on NTHX? No, he cannot. That'll do it for box number 1.
Yeah, and NTHX is going to go ahead and take that first box pretty convincingly. Yeah, meanwhile, it looks like Amers Blue are going to go ahead and take A as well. So we have our first 2 cash boxes done, and this is going to push Amers Blue right up into that first place spot.
Yeah, great start. I think, NTHX not ahead of Crutches in the standings, but again, there's all these teams with the exception of Amers Blue are so close to each other in standings that I think it's going to be interesting as we go on. I think a lot of the skill level is pretty similar from what we've seen so far, so I think really it's going to be about who can just make those little plays to get ahead of the other teams here. But we have Godlike Gamer and NTHX grouping up on this side of the map.
Yeah, and it's been really interesting to see. I couldn't imagine how it is being NTHX and then seeing Ramke, your normal homie, and now you got to fight against him.
It really do be your own sometimes. I'll say that. We do have Crutches dropping in here, looking to grab that box and absolutely just yoink it over to D.
Quick steal and a quick plug.
Yeah, the robbers coming in, grabbing it. Gala Gamer following them through that gateway is going to work out. It doesn't look like it is.
That was a
Best
mistake.
goes down right away. Bells goes down right away. Cartones goes down. We all love the Surd. Put a little Surd love in the chat. Don't do that. Don't get me fired.
Don't do that.
NCHX on the way up. Lockbolt coming in big. This is a cluster. Excuse me, cluster. Stuck in the stairwell. I don't think anyone's getting out of this alive. And even then, Gamers Blue is taking some shots on the side of their roof. There's so much happening now. And now it's on the PRN to take down the cash box here. Can the Bronx stop them with the BB?
Oh, it looks like he's at least able to get him to get off of it. And so we'll see if he's able to make another play on it. But time is kind of ticking away, and other teams can tell that there's something going on here.
Yeah, people are smelling blood in the water. Another steel attempt coming out from NCHX.
I think
It
they're
will
gonna get
go
it.
through. PRN successfully gets that down. Yulp will trade with Nolly and Pepe, but I think it's just 2 up on the side of Crutches, while it's 3 inside of NCHX with ownership of the box. A big drop coming in will take down Wurzal, so NCHX really holding this down. Great start from them. Another kill
Amazing
in a wipe
plays
on
from
the side of
NCHX.
Crutches.
Jeez Louise. And it does look like they've wiped out Godlike Gamer over here as well. So we are kind of chilling with these 2 cash boxes, and I think these are going to get locked in, and our 2 teams are going to be just about $2,000 away from each other.
Yeah, again, the rich getting richer. I feel like we've seen this so many times. I do want to see it double at the end. I want to see someone go through and just steal, get the payday, last to first, Godlike Gamer, now's your time to shine. I want to see that play come out. But again, I'm not in the field. I can't make that happen. But look at this convergence we have. All these teams joining together. Amers Blue holding it on the roof. A bit of an easy defense here. I like how they actually got it onto the roof. Looks like Godlike Gamer probably going to chill. Oh, Amers. Nope, that's Amers Blue. I'm cooked. I thought it was every team member. Crutches making their way up now. Big gateway to get them some reposition here. And I think it's just set and done. That is a wipe. Amers Blue. Cooking
Yeah.
this one.
Something I've been really surprised about with these games so far today, at least in this group, this is like the least amount of third partying we've seen. Like, these are gentlemen. They are playing the game 1v1, working through it the normal way.
This is the ranked lobby I love. Everyone's chill. You know, oh, you got your box. All right, we'll fight the 1v1. Won't third party here. But we do see a big fight coming out. Ooh, Noah will take down PRN to start up this scramble. Amers Blue absolutely aping NTHX here. NTHX with the plug, gets a little extra money. Big lot pull, but I don't know if it's enough. 3v1, Noel EX, what can you do? Nothing. Noah with the AKM. Something I don't think we've seen one of those today.
I think that's the first one we've seen, yeah. It is my favorite gun, but it's mostly because it has so many extra bullets, and I have what the kids call a skill issue, and can't hit my shots.
You're perfect. Don't listen to him. I don't care what chat says. I think you're perfect. But what's not perfect is Wurzal's positioning, absolutely taken down, and that's just a wipe. Crutches taken out real quick by Godlike Gamer.
That was fast, and I'm happy to see it because Godlike Gamer has been struggling a little bit, and they are kind of down here in 3rd and 4th place with Crutches. So I want to see them win at least some of those fights against at least the folks that are kind of their current peers in the lobby.
Yeah, you know, there's no friends in the arena. Well, at least usually there's not. It looks like the gateway over to B is going to get it. No, he won't. A little bit of shmoney coming up for NCHX. Another box for them.
And they get that steal. They're able to steal that and get that plug. Yeah, wow. That's exactly what you want to see, and I'm really surprised. NTHX, I mean, this is their main stack. They did just only like lend out their sub to another team, but I mean, they are playing in top form today.
Yeah, fantastic, and they're playing quick. Oh, got the barricade there, son. Take that one out. They're playing quick. They're getting these first boxes, and it looks like all the other teams are saying, "Screw this. We want the other one. We're not fighting NTHX."
Which is a strange choice, but you know, I guess you got to strike while the iron's hot, and this one is most available. But ooh, amazing sledge plays by Ramkey.
Big right click coming out.
Honestly,
again, actually, you know what? Purple needs to get over here. This is a kill race waiting to happen.
Ooh, yeah, yeah, they are exactly tied up. So
Ramkey's smelling it.
Yeah, I think Ramkey's gonna try and make some moves over, but I don't know if going after him by himself is the right move.
Yeah, this is going to come down to a kill race between red and purple here. NTHX versus Aimers Blue. Any little bit matters. It looks like NTHX just going to be actually tied here.
Oh no, we're exactly tied right now.
This? Oh man. Can anyone get a kill?
7 seconds, someone get a kill.
One more kill.
No.
Right click him. Right click him.
Oh my goodness. And this one goes to Aimers Blue, even though they tie up exactly. Aimers Blue was there first. Ooh.
Things you hate to see on the side of NTHX is tying and still getting second.
Goodness gracious, that was rough.
Well, it is what it is. Aimers Blue, I guess not a huge surprise, taking map number 1. Again, shame that's how it ended at the end of there, but it is what it is. Big kills too. Lots of shmoney there. 24 points in the bag for Aimers Blue in the kill department, and pretty even across the board for the rest of the lobby.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised though. Looking at these kill lines, Roma getting 10. You know, that's about as much as 2/3 of members of any other team. So when they come out there with 24 kills, they really did a lot of the work. They actually earned much less cash throughout that game, and ultimately were able to make it up in kills alone.
Yeah, we see this too a lot, where like these top teams in the standing pool maybe struggle a little bit early, but they're up there for a reason. Like, they can adapt. They figure out, hey, we need to change this up, go for this box, focus this team, whoever's going to be, or whatever strategy that they need. There's a reason that they're up in the standings. And I think Aimers Red showed that by getting behind early and coming out with the dub on map number 1.
Absolutely. And as we load into map 2, we're going to be heading over to Sis Horizon. Maybe a more difficult map to try and defend if you're going to want to be using that sledgehammer. So I imagine we're going to see a little bit of changes from Aimers Blue, but who knows? It'll be interesting to see how they play around that.
Yeah, I don't think I see the sledge that often in pro hubs. You know, Rainkey really doing work with it. So, like I said, we'll have to see what happens. I think Sis, a lot of those points are inside. You have the one that's like way in the corner by the big mini Chicago ball. I don't know what we want to call that. But besides that, most of these, I think you could get away with the sledge. They're all pretty indoors. You have a lot of DMAT opportunities, a lot of ways to winch it outside the point if you need to, or outside the building that they typically spawn in. So we'll have to see, again, to your point, if they can play around that or if they're going to switch it up. We'll have to see.
And I'll note that, like, I think we have 3 or 4 sledge players, which honestly is amazing to me. I absolutely love watching melee players. And as much as we don't see sword, dagger, dual blades, riot, shield, spear, we do see a decent amount of sledge, which I love to see.
Yeah, when is our week of only melee weapons, Brito? When's that coming?
You know, maybe we'll cook something up for after the championship series. You know, we'll
you
melee only power shift with the pro league teams.
There you go. Yeah, you heard it here first. Season 1 is going to be power shift and terminal attack, everybody.
Yep.
All right, moving into the start of map 2 on Sis, we got Crutches versus Godlike Gamer. On the other side of the lobby, we have Aimers Blue versus NTHX. Trades coming out. NTHX, oh my gosh, a rapidly fast fight taking down Aimers Blue right away.
Yeah, we missed that. Too busy
we'll
watching this over here, but geez, yeah, what a quick wipe.
Yeah, oh, the chase coming down. It looks like Bronx, quick DB kill to start things off. The hunt begins. Bronx will get taken out, but I don't see Cartones living for long. That Cerberus doing what it do.
And he gets taken out, and they are going to go ahead and get that steal. Crutches really pushing in hard on him. That was a really good chase, and really took advantage of the fact that the teams were so separated as he went in to get that plug.
Yeah, great chase down by Crutches there. They knew that, you know, we'll catch him off guard, chase him through the gateway, and it worked out for him. So, again, one of those plays, too, where, yeah, you can gateway your team, but you got to get ready for the team that's literally right behind you. And on this side, NTHX holding this down. Looks like we have Aimers Blue making another attempt to try.
They're going to try and winch this. Oh, but the goo blocks it perfectly. And now all of a sudden, Nox is all alone while Raimkey just gets taken out.
What a goo. I don't know if that was a nade or who threw that, but that was... I don't know if that was a blunder or a read on the side of NTHX and Aimers Blue there. That was fantastic.
Yeah, I can't really tell. It looked like they were in perfect position to yoink this outside, and instead, something wrong happens. That goo comes out, and Aimers Blue is just going to hold right onto this. Sorry, NTHX.
Yeah, unfortunately for Aimers Blue, that was a great kind of opener there, but that goo just absolutely ruined that. That's crazy. But we do have on our side of the map here, Godlike Gamer going to be yoinking away that box from Crutches. You'll going to be revived here by Bronx. Just going to reset the fight and try again.
Yeah, and they have just barely enough time to try and make a coordinated push on this. So I think they're going to try to get together. I think they're going to demat this roof. Ooh. Nope, they're just going to push right up and over, but Godlike Gamer is waiting for him.
Yeah, they got to go quick. Goes the team here. Bronx, good opening damage there onto the heavy. Needs to try and get a pick if he can.
Oh, and I think, unfortunately, he's all on his own, and I don't think that's going to come through for him.
Oh, and this is tough, too, because Aimers Blue, they're on this. Can they get the steal? No, not enough time. They thought about it, but just not enough.
And it looks like NTHX is going to take theirs as well and be up by just a few hundred.
Yeah, NTHX starting off strong here again. They've been playing well today. I think teams we didn't expect to really come out swinging. I think in this lobby they have a little bit more of a chance to take that first or second place slot just because of how close these teams are in the standings. But again, playing well.
Yeah, and this is really going to give us a chance to spread out that middle of the pack, you know, because we have 4 teams that are all kind of right about at the same level. Ooh, big winch, but not actually going to be able to close on it, and I think he's going to put himself in a bad position.
One more.
Oh, Raimkey fighting for his life out here.
Don't blow yourself up.
Oh, that's a rough wipe, but NTHX is always going to take that one.
Nothing I can do but stand the sledge in a team full of, or a lobby full of non-melees.
Right. I appreciate him sticking with it. You know,
respect to that.
It takes a lot of cojones to do that.
It does. I think the sledge is like it. A good sledge player is just hard to kind of beat. I think on certain maps, easier said than done. There's a reason why Kyoto's not on here. But yeah, great plays coming out so far. Let's see if they can actually make something stick, though. That's the bigger question.
Ooh, and they are getting pinched down on their way over to try and get this plug. And I think Godlike Gamer's going to try and steal it from them again.
Yeah, Godlike Gamers, they're not doing too bad. Cartones is absolutely outskilled there by the Serb. Hate to see it. We'll see if Yolp can drop in. Maybe either go for the money, go for a little bit of a flank here. One more shot, that'll do it. That's a wipe onto Godlike Gamer.
All right, and they are going to get this plug, and we have half of our lobbies wiped right now.
Yeah, good time to talk about what's actually happening in these lobbies. So again, Aimers Red started off a little bit slow, kind of trying to fight for the life on this map.
Yeah.
They did get the win by, I'm not going to say by default, on map 1, tying with NTHX, but they did get that technically 30 extra points just for winning over them. But now both teams on both sides of the map starting to converge. So we have Godlike Gamer versus Aimers Blue and NTHX versus Crutches for these next boxes.
Yeah, and it does look like Godlike Gamer is going to be trying to get a good position, push up on him, but it does look like Best is going to get caught out on his own. And can he get the best of Raimkey? He can. Now Noax and Roma are off on their own over here.
Man, so split though. I'm not sure really where the rest of Aimers Blue was. They just kind of left him out to dry, and that's a yoink for Godlike Gamer. The chase is coming out real fast though. Do they recognize what's happening? Raimkey, big smack, not gonna do it.
Now it's all up to Roma, who is an amazing player, and we know we can win these 1v2s, but he is going to go for the res, but I'm wondering if they're not taking too much time doing all this, because I think this is about to go the way of Godlike Gamers.
But look at the money. Oh, big fight happening on this side of the map here. But look at the money though. Aimers Blue, you gotta a little sense of urgency here, fellas, for this one. But it is what it is. All right, Bronx needs to go stop that box. He's got a chance here. Can he get the damage? Too many bodies. Not gonna happen. Actually, no, he did stop the steal. My bad. But NTHX will take that right back. And the res. And here comes everybody. Aimers Red on the prowl here, seeing if they can take a little bit of this money away. Romkey will start the box, but I think just not enough time here again. Too many teams, not enough time. A little bit of everything going on.
And that was an amazing winch stall. I didn't see who threw that winch, but he was going for that steal, and the winch just like took it away right at the last perfect second.
Yeah,
and
great cleanup there too by Crutches.
Yeah, Crutches is going to round this one out. Meanwhile, Godlike Gamer is going to go ahead and get there started, and they are only 3 kills behind first place, even if this gets taken. So it's going to be a lot of eyes on this last cash out, but we do still have another minute in regulation.
Yeah, 6 can still technically make it to A. There's still time if they want to try and split. I know Aimers Red, they don't want that to happen. Orange, maybe they want to try and split. Speaking of which, this fight having right now, purple v orange, NTHX versus Crutches. Going the way of NTHX so far, 2-1 in favor of NTHX. Bronx the last one up, not going to make anything happen. NTHX with another win. More money to their name. I think they're going to run this right over there.
I think so too. I don't think it's worth risking it to potentially, if this gets split, then they're in a guaranteed first place. But if they double this, you know, they're really risking their first place spot. So I think it's good that they came to split it. And it looks like across the map that Aimers Blue is actually going to go ahead and take that one. And Crutches are going to make a push towards A.
Yeah, we'll have to see if any last-minute shenanigans can happen. Again, the boxes are pretty staggered. A, gonna have a lot of attention here at the end. Aimers Red finally getting some money. They could pull off the upset. Upset in the biggest of air quotes because they're Aimers Blue. If I said Aimers Red, it's because they're red.
Yeah, that's my bad. I should have changed up the colors. I just left the Aimers.
A big shove here coming in from Crutches. It's just the amount of time. 1 minute now left in the round. Can anybody make anything happen? Bronx not going to happen. Or Bronx killed not going to happen. Serb just doing Serb things. Now, these fights going on for a good amount of time. NTHX really just needing to hold this. They know that all these teams are going to converge. If they just play a little slow and don't get wiped. As I say that, they're getting taken very low. And Aimers Red is going to come over for this money. Hold on a minute. Aimers Red from last to first. Can this happen? It will. The steal comes out.
Oh yeah, that's putting them in a great position. They could actually maybe take this now, but not if Godlike Gamer takes it back.
Yep. Oh my goodness, the gas coming out. Ladies and gentlemen, Rainky, almost called him Ray Mike. Rainky with a ton of damage and kills coming out. This gas actually playing a huge spoilers here.
Oh,
I can't believe it.
Aimers
Red.
Blue.
Aimers Blue, the red team. I'll get it right one day. Absolutely man out like bandits with that one. Started off so slow, just struggling, and then pulling out both boxes at the end. I didn't want to say called it a little bit, but that's why they're up top. That's why they're on top. Again, they start out slow, they adapt, they figure it out, and then they stole both boxes. Oops, all boxes.
Yeah, really amazing plays by them. I'm really surprised that they were able to. They looked like they were struggling a little bit there, but they ultimately brought it back. And that last fight was just so crazy and could have went any way. Like anyone could have came out on top in that. So the fact that Aimers Blue was able to really clutch that up, I was really surprised.
Yeah, and looking at the kills too, NTHX really doing a great job, and most of these teams pretty close in there. But yeah, that end. All these teams got so focused fighting each other. I think NTHX didn't realize that Aimers Blue were coming in to yoink it, right? In these fights, it's so hard to pay attention to the box and also your life and your teammates. So, again, great stuff from Aimers Blue to come in and yoink that. 2 wins in a row, 2 map wins for Aimers Blue. netting them an extra 200 points so far on top of all the kills they've gotten.
All right, we are going to be loading in for map 3, which is going to be Bernal. Let me double check.
Where's Bernal today?
Real quick. Sometimes Godlike Gamer swaps out for their captain for map 3.
All right. The map 3 strat, I think they know something we don't.
It's more that their captain actually works for the first half of each group, and he can only make it for the last 2 days on Saturdays. So
Nothing we can do but stand. That's why I'm out here on Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly. I'm in the middle of my work day running this stuff, so I feel you. For the EU side.
Don't worry.
Just taking a long lunch break and, run up some EU games.
Well, yeah, but just to recap for anyone that's joining in, map number 1, Fortune's super close. I think we actually tied NTX and Aimers Blue, but Aimers Blue, because that's the way the game works, they technically got the map win. So map 1 to Aimers Blue. Map 2, we saw them coming right at the end, just yoink under everyone's nose as all the teams were fighting. Why try and fight and kill everybody and then get the box? Let's do it the other way around. And then, lo and behold, 2 boxes at the end, both go to Aimers Blue. A map 2 win right there for them. But map number 3, Bernal, exciting stuff. Haven't seen Bernal today.
Yeah, this is our first time seeing Bernal today. I would say, if I had to guess, I feel like this is the player's least favorite map. It's the one I think we see with the lowest pick rate. Yeah, exactly. And maybe this is kind of a mind game trick on the side of Aimers Blue by saying, we want to play a map that we know everyone hates, but maybe we kind of like, just to give themselves a little bit of an advantage.
For sure. I think even as a player, Bernal, I like... Actually, we'll rephrase that. It's one of 2 things. 1, I love playing on Bernal. 2, I hate playing on Bernal. So it depends, and obviously these teams are no joke. So if Aimers Blue's got a strat, or if it's just one of those things where they want to play it, we'll find out.
Yeah, we are loading into our second to last map of the day. And let's take a look at how Godlike Gamer is going to start this one out. They actually were playing quite a bit better last map, and I want to see if they can continue to kind of gain some momentum game after game after game. It does look like Aussie Punto is not going to make it today, who is the team's captain, so they are kind of running with a slightly unconventional stack for them.
Oh, NTHX coming in, Logbolt immediately going to go down. Then Bells won't be able to get much jump. Karen will take down Best there, too, down on the side of Godlike Gamer. Protones, if he can just get out and just chill, I don't know if that's going to happen. Noli sniffing around, won't let it happen, but yeah, first tap in favor of NTHX, and NTHX playing very well today. I think they've shown a lot of good stuff. It's just, man, I think map 1 a little bit robbed, but map 2, again, they did so much right. Just Aimers Blue, this the yoink at the end just kind of did it to them. But see if they can hold for map number 3.
Nothing breaks my heart more than seeing a team get tied in a map, because ultimately it comes down to whoever the game says is first. On my end, it breaks my heart to say, well, you guys got the same amount of money, but you get 30 less points than your enemy. Because the game said so.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what also says? So the log bolt that apparently didn't get anywhere. It's Godlike Gamer and NTHX both fragging out right now. Low HP bars on the side of NTHX. Can Godlike Gamer clean up 2 versus 2? Now down to the 1v1. Oh, and he's going to pull out Noliax, that Shack, putting in the work. 2 HP, that's 1 more than he needs.
Nolly already has as many kills as all of Godlike Gamer and Crutches combined. That's wild work. I know we're still early in the map, but this one dude is doing as much work as 3 teams. 1,500 buckaroos, that could have made or break. That could have made or break. That's grammar. Good job, Young. It could make or break this match. We've seen how close these games have been. But also Crutches now in the fray as well. Round 2, NTHX go ahead and get started. Winch, great goo to block that off. NTHX trying to get a way back in there. 1 for 1 so far. That Cerberus coming out on the side of Yolp will take down Pepe. Now it's back to a 2v1 in favor, actually 2v2, sorry. In favor of what looks like Crutches. Yolp will take down another one and get traded out. Wurzal will take down the last of NTHX. But here comes Godlike Gamer, third-party Kings.
on the nose. Right in time.
And this is all theirs. They timed that third party perfectly, and I don't think there's anything anyone can do to take this from them. So I think they're going to be chilling here till the teams respawn in, and then they're going to push in hard on B.
Yeah, I think Godlike Gamer just coming in at the right time, just able to make that happen. Hey, the other teams are fighting. Let's get involved, and they did just that. Spawns coming in on the B side of the map. Amers Blue is still holding it down. We have NTX teleporting up to their roof, but Ramkey, I will get that name right one day, says no.
Big RPG out of Ramkey too to... Oh wow, and they have already wiped out NTHX. That was a quick stop. But it does look like the rest of the teams might be pushing their direction, but they're actually mostly fighting over on box 3.
Yeah, box 3 getting a little hot here. Glitch comes out. No more mesh ribbit on the side of Crutches. Let's see who gets this one. I think Gateway, to my knowledge, was taken out. So it looks like Godlike Gamer trying to get away with it here.
Ooh.
Looks like someone's a little bit left behind. Through the Gateway they go. It's just a bloodbath right now.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. These teams are going after it hard. They all took the same teleporter. They're all just moving this fight to a different location.
And THX, here they come as well. Can they get the cleanup on the box? They're just going to take... I think they just take it away from them.
Yeah, I'm confused about where they're going with this.
Yeah, another run right into Amers Blue here. I can't... Who's left alive on NTXX? I was going to say, yeah, run that box in there, son. This Pepe will get the plug.
Pepe gets the plug.
Amers Blue in some trouble now, too. Will get taken down. Man, everyone's just running into each other.
Yeah, and Crutches look like they're going to just get a free plug on D. Like, no one's coming through, and Godlike Gamer is going to go ahead and get this deal while Pepe tries to just wait for his team. But depending on where they spawn, it could be in pretty rough shape, but thankfully it looks like reinforcements are on the way.
We see a lot of NTHX just trying to maneuver around teams. I feel like they're not either set up fast enough or they're not setting up plays enough. I'm not sure what it is, but this one match in particular, they're struggling a little bit. But we do see Godlike Gamer now kind of starting to get their footing a bit. 14.5k in the bank. They got to roll this cash out. NTHX, let's see what they can do to retake.
Yeah, and I know they want this back because that first plug was pretty last second. And they're going to want to push in hard to get this because ultimately this is their money to start with.
Yep, here and great kill on the Van Vels with the matter there. What's the matter? Sorry. NTHX seems they can take this back again. Trades back and forth. The steal coming out from Pepe. Are they going to stop it? They got to help their team. The steal not going to go through. Cartones with a bit of a stall there. Now here comes Crutches trying to play spoiler. They didn't get the steal actually, so NTHX in a world of hurt after that one.
Yeah, that's really impressive. Crutches came in to try and get it, but ultimately all three teams are still up, so teams are going to be battling for this, and Godlike Gamer wants to keep this because this is going to put him in a great second place.
Yeah, they don't have much to struggle about right now. Everyone's fighting for them. They just have to play a little bit of time, play their life, just defend at this point. Get on the roof, do something. I say that Cortenius takes down Bronx. There's just so much happening on this cash out in favor of Godlike Gamer still. Wurzwell, I don't think he's getting much done yet. I say that.
Oh, but that's not going to be enough, and Nolly X is going to get him from over there. He says, we're not going to get this money, but neither are you.
Yeah, if I can't have it, you can't have it.
All right.
Other side of the map here, Amers Blue holding on to their box. Godlike Gamer, though, put a great showing on Bernal.
Yeah.
Really
they're only going to be sitting 1,000 behind. A very commanding second place.
Yeah, and we do see, I mean, this could all change in an instant. NTHX, Crutches, map's not over for him by any means. I mean, this third box is just enough to put either of them in the first place if they end up getting it. So, again, a lot to play for here in the final minute and a half of this match. We see the gateway coming out. Second one, I think this might be a double. This is very, very close to A.
Yeah, this is in prime double territory, and I'm surprised they took it as far this way, because I figured they would have taken this over towards B, but they are pushing into A, where the whole lobby is.
Aimers just getting away with murder on that one. Hey, a free box. We'll take it.
Aw.
Thank you. Just absolutely waiting. Open arms for NTHX. That's a shame, but can't blame them.
That's one of those things
Aimers
that
been
comes
playing
from,
well.
like, that's like a bad habit left over from season 1 or 2, you know, just like chuck the
Yeah.
box, we don't care, and it's like, oh no, actually, those matter a lot more now than they used to.
Yeah, plug meta. While it was fun for so long, it's like, ooh, I can actually get some extra points. I think now we gotta start playing like how we used to.
Right.
You know, play to the retake, play to secure those points. You know, if you gotta wait on the cash out for a team, so be it.
Oh, and it looks
But
like they
Crutches-
are able to get the wipe, and they're going to take this one. Meanwhile, Purple is going to go ahead and get that started over at B, so...
It'll be close, but yeah, I think keep in mind too, these boxes are very staggered. So you know, B will finish a little later, so we'll see who's gonna make the run over.
Yeah, I'm looking at the scores right now. All the score lines are so tight. Like, this literally puts NTHX $500 ahead if they get this. So...
Yeah, Crutches, they gotta start getting some kills too. I would start sending one from Crutches over. I would just start sending them right now. Again, maybe they don't know that everyone's fighting, but or posturing around B, but again, kill race about to begin.
And yeah, let's take a look at Godlike Gamer as they come in and try and get this push, but we can tell that, you know, that Aimers Blue are just kind of waiting for them to make a move. NTHX hiding down there. Oh, and he's going to get dropped, and it's going to hit the jump pad, so this is going to add a ton of delay to this fight.
Yeah, Aimers Red putting in a lot of work here. Does take down most of Godlike Gamer. They will wipe. Aimers Red now takes down Lemon TTX. It is now down just, I think, to 1 or 2 left. The steal also coming through. Aimers Red about to get away with murder on this one again.
Oh.
Big sledge from Reiki. Is it enough?
Oh, and they were able to come in and stop it. Oh, wow. And Aimers Blue gonna take this one again, so they are going back to back to back. Can
I will one
they take
day-
home map 4?
I will one day call them Aimers Blue. So I'll get that right.
You know, having
that
a
right
team
one
named
day.
Aimers Red, Aimers Blue, the logos are exactly the same, just flip colors.
You know,
It's, you know, I understand
just,
your difficulty.
I'm gonna chalk that one up to a skill issue. But yeah, Aimers Blue, strong showing. 3 maps in a row. We thought there would only be one person or one team with 3 wins in a row. And that was the Bird Nuggets. No. Aimers Blue said, hold my water, whatever they had. And also pretty good kills to boot. I think a good amount for all the teams here. 14 on the side of, and actually a lot of 14s here. Crutches, Godlike Gamer, NTSX all with 14 kills. And then Aimers Blue with a 21 coming out.
Something we got to call out here is NTHX Pepe 0-7. That is not going to carry you in this league, and yeah, you can tell he's struggling a little bit on that map, and we're going to be rolling into our last map here in just a second, but Pepe's going to need to change a little bit about his game if they want to finish outside of 4th place, because they've been having some good finishes today, but they can't finish out like that.
Yeah, in most of these games, NTHX is like pretty strong. I think most of like the mid game, it feels like they're in a pretty good spot to take control of the next box, keep the pace up, and things like that. Especially early on in the series, we saw them doing some great work, beating out Aimers Blue in some fights, getting the early boxes, things like that. But I think if it's just uncomfortable with a certain map, or just as the fatigue as the series goes on, who knows? But yeah, 1 map left to go. We'll have to see who can come up with the win. If it's 4 in a row for Aimers Blue, can NTHX make the comeback? Who knows? Predictions in chat. Who do you think are going to come out on top? Burrito? Any thoughts here going into map number 4?
I kind of want to see Aimers Blue just freaking run it. Like, I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty impressed with their gameplay today. I want to see another team. I want to see NTHX take it. They deserve a 1st place. They kind of got robbed before. I want to see Godlike Gamer play some more aggressive and timely plays. Like, stop being the second party, be the third party. So I need to see them do a little bit different.
Gentlemen.
Yeah, exactly. Be the third party you hate to see in the world.
Yeah. And, hey, so if that's going to get you the money, that's going to get you the money. So, again, Godlike Gamer towards the bottom of the standings. But, again, if there's something that we've seen from last match, if Reset can do it, I think Godlike Gamer can do it too. So,
I think they're in a great
let's see if they
position to
can.
do it. Yeah, I think maybe playing with this Best has only played with them one game before, so I could see him struggling a little bit, but I really want to see him start to gel and hopefully like kind of get in a bit of a rhythm and just deny Amers Blue this win. Like we can't just keep letting him get away with it.
It's been a lot of these last seconds too. You had the steal at the end of Bernal, you had the steal at the end of Sis, and so I don't know how else to word it other than if Amers Blue can even kind of fix their early game a little bit and get even farther ahead, a force to be reckoned with. But we'll have to see.
Yeah. And we are looking forward to our last map of the day. Be sure to stick around, folks. We are going to be giving away a $10 multi-buck code courtesy of Embark after this map. So stick around. Let's see how all those scores shake out. And maybe win yourself 1,000 multi-bucks.
Would love that little payday, and I'm not even working. No,
I know, right? Yeah, feel free to enter. I mean, you pick the winner, but, you know, I suppose you could always pick yourself.
Oh, look. Oh, young one. Oh, I'm sorry.
Who would have guessed?
Ooh, money for me. And also, NT's just looking for that money as they're coming up onto crutches here. Crutches? More like crouches. Har, har. They're going to be holding this down. I don't know if they have a gateway on it or if they're just playing for the DMAT. There's a DMAT.
And it does look like NTHX is just going to bail from here, and everyone's
Yeah,
fighting
Godlike
over at
Gamer,
one.
Amers Blue. Godlike Gamers with a early fight lead. I changed that up, actually. The res coming out on the side of Amers Blue. Cartones will take down Noah.
And now it is a
Over the
2v2,
tunnel.
but Godlike Gamer looking really low, but they're locked inside with Raimkey with a sledgehammer, so
Oh.
it's
Either
about the
everyone
worst
fight or
place you could be.
everybody
Yeah.
We do have Cartones. Noah getting taken down again. So Cartones, that's a 2-0 for him. Raimkey getting taken down by Cartones as well.
Oh, but
Great start
NTHX is here to
for,
join the party also. And
he
just
was- yeah, I was
Roman
gonna say
Best
for
on their
race.
own, but I think NTHX has got him.
Yeah, NTHX. This is kind of what we told him too. Get in there, third party, be a little obnoxious. You know, whatever can get you that win. You need these points, fellas. And the Huck. Okay. More free money for crutches. Are they going to go out and grab that? I don't know if they.
I don't know
They've
if they're
taken this
gonna.
bait. It's free, fellas. Go run, get the money.
Oh, and Godlike Gamer is going to win their fight with NTHX, but it looks like PRN was able to coin in just as his team was getting wiped. So he's going to be hanging out over there at B by himself. Meanwhile, Crutches are going to go ahead and get that double plug, and we are going to start out with $16,000. So things are going to go down at the mansion, sponsored by Volby.
Yeah, I think things you love to see most of the time is, as a spectator, all this kind of happening. But as crutches, potentially, if you don't wipe, also things you love to see. Boys, just play careful. You got the box. You got 4 teams.
All right, and it does look like Yoip is all alone, but I think as long as he can play this smart.
Yeah, he does have the serve, I believe. Yep, serve in hand. You just, again, play careful. You've got time. You've got time. I don't think you need to waste this. This should be big for crutches. They could really use these points. Raimkey trying to find a way up. And just everyone fighting. This is going to be Amers Blue trying to go for a steal here. The DMAT coming down. Serve in hand. Not going to take anyone down, actually.
But I think he
But-
was able to delay it for just enough that they're going to hold on to this one.
Yeah, Crutch is getting a free double up here. So, again, things you love to see for a big Crutches fan. Me when I break my leg, big Crutches fan. But again, Orange making out like bandits. Free double box there, and putting them up to 21.5K.
Really running
Which really
away with
opens
it.
up the rest. Yeah, I mean, anything can change in the next couple boxes, but again, great start for them. And just no one contested them. And I question, I forget who it was. I think it was NTHX who threw them the money from B or wherever they were, or the other box basically. So I don't know if that was like they want this to happen. They're just trying to slow down Amers Blue. I'm not really sure. But moving into the next fight, Brita, let's see what happens.
Yeah, and I'm really surprised by that choice. Like, I don't know why they huck the box like that, and with no intention of pushing back in on it, but it does look like they're coming in a little more aggressive now.
Yeah, big wins from Nolly. Will taking down Shaq in hand. Can't really beat it. Big kills on the side of NTHX. Again, they do this so often. They will clean up these fights. They'll make an opening for themselves, but they just struggle to either hold the cash out. I don't know what it is. There's something that's not clicking, but we'll see if maybe this is the round that they need. And making that big hobbling up the stairs there. Elevator one this time around. Godlike Gamer gonna be moving over from the other platform. Where they're gonna come from, who knows?
Yeah, and they're going to pull this out on the roof, too, so they give themselves a little more flexibility when it comes to, like, dropping it, pushing in on it, because sometimes when you're fighting in that elevator, well-placed goo grenade or a well-placed mine can really make it hell to try and defend, so pulling this out on the roof makes it a heck of a lot easier for NTHX to try and kind of run these guys around and just let time go down.
Yeah, great shots are coming out from Cartones on the side of Godlike Gamer, but it doesn't matter. Piran will find him first. Ooh, shots ringing out there. Benavels will take down PRN. Can they keep this fight going? The Deeper will come out, but I'm not sure if it's going to matter. Godlike Gamer running away with this one.
When it is a 3v1 now, and Pepe just kind of running for his life, but if Godlike Gamer knows the score, they should definitely try and make in a push, but unfortunately it does look like crutches are here too.
Oh, again, we see this so much. These fights take so long. The third party just ends up happening. I think there's not enough time in the game for these teams to keep lingering on these. You got to go for the steal. You got to play not only your life, but you got to think about the box. Easier said than done, I know. And here comes NTHX right away once again.
Yeah, and they're able to. Ultimately, Pepe was able to live long enough for that his team was able to coin and run all the way back to him. So this fight has just been going on for so long that the teams were able to like really make a couple good moves, and now they're going to crash in right now on crutches.
Yeah, good glitch there, I think, at the end. Is it going to really matter, though? It stopped them from re-dematting that floor, it looked like. They won't stop the steal. Crutches. Oh, no, NTHX. We just talked about this.
Right, and yeah, PRN all on himself there, and I think he's gonna get wiped, and crutches are gonna go ahead and take this one, putting them up 3 cash boxes.
I hate to say, I just talked about this, but NTHX is playing so well early. They're getting these kills. They're holding like the first box. They're doing what they should, and then it's like as soon as someone steps onto their turf, it's like something unfolds that shouldn't. If they can tighten that up, I think they've got a chance here. But again, game's not over. Bronx will get the tap. NTHX running right over. I'm putting a prediction here. NTHX gets this fight. They bring it over to D. Right into Amer's Red's hands, or they run to A. Who knows? They'll take it somewhere. But they're going to win this fight. And they're going to take it and then hopefully hold it. I want to see them actually hold the boxes.
All right. Well, you had the NTHX getting their dub part right. Let's see if they're able to go ahead and get this plug. Bronx absolutely running for his life right now. No, doesn't make it, and they dematted it down. He went for the throw, and they said, no, you're not going to make that shot.
Other side of the map here, Amer's Blue versus Godlike Gamer going both ways. Godlike Gamer getting taken out finally. Again, Ramkey with a sledging up today. This is, again, Skyway Stadium and the sledge, Tails oldest time, I think. So this might be more their speed. But what can I say? They've won 3 maps in a row so far, so obviously something's working, no matter where they go. The thing, too, is if Orange, Crutches, if they need this box to stop the 4-peat from Amer's Blue.
Yeah, and that's... I think everyone in the lobby is going to be fighting right now just to make sure that D does not go the way of Amer's Red, but they know that they need this cash box ahead of time. So
yeah,
I'm going to be really big to see what they decide to do with this, because I think it's the whole lobby is going to crash here on A, and Amers are just going to hang out.
Yeah, a big, not a winch, but a block bolt there, going to stop Wurzball and Strax. Bronx, the last one up. I don't think he's going to get much done with that double barrel. Won't happen, and NTHX still holding on. About 50 seconds left, or about actually a minute left in this match. Is there anything that can, one of these teams can pull off?
I don't think
Amers
so.
Blue, if they're going to get this, they stay ahead, but they got to hold this box against Godlike Gamer.
Oh, it does look like they are able to get the steal, so they are sitting in perfect position right now to go ahead and get this 4P, but not with that death.
Yeah, I think they've already had the box, but yeah, they've really got to start making something happen on the side of Godlike Gamer. And oh, 3v2, I'm not sure if this is going to be it. Cartone is going down. No, he's going to take down Rainkey, but it's just him left. Does take down Noah, but there's not enough time on the box. Amers Blue is going to step in the first place here. Now, 16 seconds. Crutches, you need to steal here or else it's a 4-peat for Amers Blue. 10 seconds left.
Oh, and we are gonna just chalk it up to a 4P for Amers Blue.
Gonna happen. Oh. Well, ladies and gents, Amers Blue coming out of the group. 4 wins in a row. 400 pointaroos on top of all the kills they've got. Crutches, fantastic start. I gotta say, they came out the gate swinging there, but that last match, or the last box, is just a hard one to hold.
Wow, this was Amers Blue's day. I mean, they just came in hot, played amazing, playing with Rainkey, who is normally not on their team at all. Like, that's really dazzling to me that they were able to put together such an impressive performance.
Yeah, on the sledge, 9 kills. So no slouch there. You know, NCHX great on the kills. PRN with 11, Nolly with 8, Pepe with 6, increased, you know, tenfold from last time. But yeah, how many teams have we seen getting, you know, with 4 wins for the day?
I think I've only seen it happen one time. I think maybe Amers Red had a day where they might have brought home everything, but I don't think it happens that common. Like, we haven't seen that many teams just absolutely run a day like the way that Amers Blue just did.
Burn Nuggets Group B almost had it. They were close. 3 on the day, but again, Amers Blue. What a day.
Yeah.
There's, again, not a huge surprise, but also looking at the standings, if we have those, whenever we're ready. Second place, Amers on top. I gotta say, this is a huge day for him. I don't think there's anything else I can input there. But Rainkey on the sledge, good stuff. Made it work.
And normally for our giveaways, before we check into the scores, those take a second for us to kind of add them up on the back end. But normally we do a giveaway, and the way that we do that is we pick a word of the day. So Young, as our new caster for today, what is the word of the day? What is the word that really called out to you after watching all these games?
You know, there's only so many words in the English dictionary, so I think it's tough to pick one of the 5 million or whatever that there are. Well, the one thing that I needed this morning was coffee, so I think we do coffee. Type coffee in chat for me because I'm also running out, and I need to go get some more.
And then we will take a quick look at the scores. Let me take a gander at when those come through. Yeah, let me take a quick gander. We are waiting for those to come through, so let's take a look. We can kind of see them getting updated in real time, so we might be able to kind of cheat the system a little bit.
No worries. I think this gives us a good look too of you know, especially after all matches are done, just Amers on top. I'm not sure what else to write here. Amers Red, great day. Amers Blue, a fantastic day today.
Yeah, it looks like either way, both of our Amers teams are on top. So 2 French teams absolutely at the top of the leaderboard. And yeah, I'm just really surprised at how much this has shifted. Saints 1 has went from 1st to 4th place over the course of 2 Playdays. Like, they were sitting on top, feeling good, and things are changing up a little bit. And I think we're starting to see these teams really, really kind of start to mesh after 6 game days.
With being this close to playoffs, teams are really going to start sharpening up. You know, they've had 6, I'm not going to say 6 weeks, but yeah, 6 play days to really hone their teams and get ready for playoffs. So I'm not totally surprised to see some teams really shining and some teams, you know, just getting pushed back because other teams are starting to perform very well.
All right. And I did get word that these are our final scores for the day. So this is what the EU region is looking like with only 2 play days left. So that means, there's only about an additional 1,000 points on the table for any of these teams. So we are really beginning to see what the playoff is going to look like.
Yeah, and as a reminder for folks, what are some things for playoffs we should be looking at? You don't want to be that bottom 4, automatic, lower bracket. What are some things we should be aware of, Rita, coming to playoffs?
Yeah, I'd really say you just don't want to find yourself in those bottom 4 spots. The lower part of the playoff bracket is a best of 1. So you better come in and win your map or you're done. So to come in with only 1 potential map to keep your drive alive is really difficult. So you really don't want to find yourself in those bottom 4 teams because you're going to be playing the losers of the top 8. So whoever loses their first game, that's who you play, and you better win that best of 1 or your championship dreams are over.
Listen, if Reset pulled off that match they had in Group B, anything is possible. But I am we don't do MVPs here, but Reset, you got my heart.
I tell you what, always rooting for that underdog. And why don't you take a look at all of those coffees in the chat? Pick a name. You don't know these folks as well as I do, so feel free to grab a name, and we will pick a winner for $10 in multi-bucks.
I'm gonna close my eyes and point.
All right, I love that.
Okay, I got one.
All right,
if you want to
send me in the staff channel.
Yeah, I got you. But yeah, I think just overall, an amazing just day of matches. This is my first time, 1, casting bro-ups, and 2, just watching EU, as a matter of fact. So I think just seeing the different playstyles between NA, seeing EU change things up, it's all very, always interesting to watch. But yeah, Aimers Blue, fantastic day. Burnt Nuggets, a fantastic day. And Reset, again, I think that was a highlight of seeing them take a dominant, albeit map 4 of Group B. I think that was a highlight for me.
Yeah, really amazing games today. I'm so excited to see how this all shakes out going into the very back end of the series, because there is just this has been such a big build-up. We've been asking these guys for the last 3 weeks to show up, throw down. We have 1 more week left, and then it's all on the line. So this wasn't for nothing, but we are coming towards the end of it, and it's really anyone's game still. And I'm excited to see how the rest of the series shakes out.
Yeah, again, still 2 more playdays to go until the playoffs begin. So we'll have to see who can keep their spot at the top, if someone from the bottom will shoot all the way up. I think today was kind of a show that anything is possible, especially with how much placement disparity was in each of these groups. So I'm excited to see where the rest goes, and I'm sure everyone is as well.
Awesome. Well, I think that about wraps us up for today. Be sure to join us tonight for for NA in about 4 hours, where we'll be running it up again with the NA crew, and we will just have 1 more week left of our regular season. So thank you all so much for coming. We are so grateful that you decided to join us today, and look forward to catching you at the next one.
See y'all.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I've been Burrito Supreme. He's been Young. Thank you so much for joining me today, man. It was great having you.
Yeah, this was fantastic, and thanks for letting me sit and ramble and yap for a couple hours. And thanks everyone in the chat for showing up and showing out and showing support. So wouldn't be able to do any of this without you guys. I'm sure you've heard this before, but it does mean a lot to myself, Burrito, everyone behind the scenes. So again, thank you all for showing up.
Well, heck yeah. Well, with that, we will go ahead and bring our EU Playday 6 to a close, and we will see y'all next time.
Drag me down to the endless leisure. Used to be so low, reminisce way back when I was alone. Got pain from my mind just a decade ago. This wave that I rode was out of control.